Let's get nasty on a Wednesday. It's a Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. 203 your time check brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. This just came down right before we came on. ESPN sources say the LA Kings have acquired standout forward Artemi Panarin from the Rangers in exchange for a conditional third-round pick and some other good stuff here. It's loading. It's toggling on me.
It's toggling?
Here we go. Conditional third-round pick and prospect Liam Greentree, according to Emily Kaplan and Adam Schefter.
Adam Schefter?
Yeah, Shefty's crossing the sauce here.
Yeah, he is.
What?
Yeah.
You're a hockey guy. You got to stop that. You can't let him get in your space.
Elliot Friedman,
Oh,
you reach out today and you challenge Adam Schefter to a cage match.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think it's the only route.
It's the only way that
Bare
I
knuckle.
Yeah.
Bare knuckle.
Bare knuckle barbecue sauce.
Available.
Yes.
It's available today. You can Google that. It's really good.
Wow. That's the second biggest trade of the day.
First biggest trade, of course, Nick
Why do you
Bjugstad
really gotta
going to the
set it up like
Devils.
that?
The Blues.
It's called a tease.
The Blues, according to former Blue Jordan Schmaltz, have traded Nick Bjugstad to the Devils just before the Olympic trade freeze. In return, the Blues receive a conditional fourth-round draft pick and Thomas Bordelot, Jamie?
Bordelot.
Bordereedlo.
No.
The 24-year-old forward will play in the AHL in Springfield. Kind of a modest, future-focused deal. Not necessarily a headline
I think
grabber.
it's a roster spot.
Yeah.
Because when Dylan Holloway comes back and when you got Robert Thomas, you're going to need roster spots. Berggren has proven, maybe not on a nightly basis, but he's proven that he can be a valuable player. Got good speed. He can finish. Younger. I think he's only 25 years old. Bjugstad's older. So it's like
33. Yep.
You know, and then Robbie Fabry's been a great soldier for this team. Talking to Fabs on the road trip and his dad. By the way, his dad's an absolute beauty. Unbelievable dude. Super nice guy. But, Robbie Fabry knows where he's at in his career right now. And he knows what his role is with this team. He's accepted it, and if he's playing, he's going to play as hard as he possibly can. If he's not, he's going to have a smile on his face, going to work hard, be good for the team. So you need those guys.
Yeah.
Trust me, you need those soldiers. So you're going to have a roster crunch somewhere here. And Nick Bjugstad, in my opinion, was a redundancy of like an Oscar Sundqvist. They're both kind of the big right-handed shot centermen for that fourth line. Now, does Bjugstad have a little more offensive upside? Yeah, probably. But Sonny is still part of your power play, too. He plays in net front. And Sonny, and he's cheaper. So,
Yeah.
all of those things combined. And maybe Nick Bjugstad said, hey, I want to go to a different team.
Yeah.
We don't know how it all shakes out.
Signed last summer, 2 years, $3.5 million in total. Bottom six center/forward production this season. 6 goals, 7 points in 35 games. Marsh, how will you remember the Nick Bjugstad era?
An era.
I'll remember Nick Bjugstad for the time that I didn't choose him to score a goal when
he
Jamie
did?
instructed me to, and he scored.
Yeah.
I thought he played well in certain games.
I think he played really well following his last injury stint. I thought the beginning of the season, I get it, new team, new system, new coach, all that stuff. I didn't know where he fit in. I thought he's played pretty well in the last little while here. And I'll tell you what, he's a heck of a guy. He's a great team guy. So if whoever's trading for him, which in this case is the Devils, you're getting a good team guy.
I like the word you used. I agree. Redundant. He made sense. Signing Bjugstad made some sense last summer when the Blues were thin at center. But since then, Pius Suter was added, and Otto Stenberg has emerged as a real option.
Now you got Pavel Buchnevich.
So, clearing future money and roster space, moving Bjugstad clears next season's cap hit, opens a roster spot like Jamie just said. So makes a lot of sense. Small deal. First of many, CD.
Yeah, it's looking that way. Yeah, it's looking
There's
that
going
way.
to be a lot of trades in the NHL.
What is this
a lot
the
of trades
headline
in-
deal for the Blues?
Well, he's talking about in the NHL.
There's a lot of deals coming in the NHL.
Yeah.
There's another one that happened.
St. Louis.
Do you guys think that the Blues need to trade away all of their impending UFAs?
No.
Do they need to do
I
that?
don't think anybody needs to. Should they? Probably. I'm not being a jerk. I mean, when you look at, we went over this. Yes, that sounded cold. My bad. Let me take that back. Okay, a little hot sauce on this a little bit. Is when you look at the impending UFAs right now, Nick Bjugstad now gone, and whoever traded for him, which was the Devils, they're getting another year of him at 1.75. So you know he's part of your roster. You can count that against your cap right now. You have information. Pius Suter has got one more year. He could be valuable to somebody.
Yeah, I would think about it for sure.
What are you getting in return? Not sure. Third, fourth round pick, maybe? I don't think you're getting more than that. And then when you look at some of your bigger fish in the pond, that's when you start to find the Braden Schenns of the world. But you know, Schenner's got 2 more years following this year. If he had 1 more year, probably be some value to that. And then Justin Faulk, I think it has the highest value rating on this. At $6.5 million next year, you're getting him for another year, and then who knows from there. Jordan Binnington, if Jordan Binnington was doing Jordan Binnington things, 1, we probably wouldn't be talking about him right now. But 2, you'd have quite a few people in line for that. Right now, I don't know. I think Jordan Binnington has to have a good Olympics. I think if he has a good Olympics, then his value rises. Now, does he want that? Does he want to be? I don't know. But if I'm the Blues as an organization, I'm looking at it going, the best case scenario is Jordan Binnington goes and wins a gold medal with Team Canada, and he's instrumental in it. Because then everybody's going to kind of forget about the numbers leading up to the Olympics. What's fresh on the brain is he just won a gold medal. He was a big part of it against the best players in the world. Not the Columbus Blue Jackets or the Utah, the best players in the world.
Sure.
And that kind of resets the market for him a little bit. That's, again, all of this is hypothetical if the Blues are looking to make these moves.
Yeah.
So you don't think that the UFAs, like, it doesn't matter? So, like, Matthew Joseph, like...
they'll probably move on from that, yeah.
Okay.
I do. I think they'll move on from Matthew Joseph.
But not Oscar Sundqvist?
Maybe. But right now, the Nick Bjugstad trade leads me to believe that Sonny's probably going to be that fourth-line center. Had they not traded Bjugstad, I think Sonny would have been in play. But here's what you have to remember, and this is no disrespect to any of the players, because I was that guy. I was traded. I was waived. Waived means nobody wanted you. And I was that guy.
They waved to you.
They said wave goodbye.
As you were heading out the door.
Yeah. So, again, nothing I say is to insult the players. But you're going to have to find somebody who wants or values Oscar Sundqvist, values Robbie Fabry. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, I totally get what you're saying.
Pius Suter at $4.1 million. Like, that's the thing is, your team, the home team, might value a player more. Like, we know the value of Nathan Walker. We love Walks. He's a heart and soul guy. But if you paraded him around for a trade, you could find a trade. But what are you getting? What, like a 7th-round pick? He's more valuable to your team at that point. So if you're floating Oscar Sundqvist, if you need a roster spot, then you take whatever. In return, future considerations, they call it. Could be a hotel room at a casino. You just don't know. Okay?
It has happened before.
Happened. So if you're not looking for a roster spot, then you're not probably going to get the equal value to what that player is to your lineup. So therefore, what are you doing? Especially if the contract's expiring anyways, then you shake hands at the end of it, or you get back to the table and renegotiate a deal that makes sense.
Yeah, I wonder what a good trade deadline looks like for Doug Armstrong and the Blues. You know, we've been talking about Chaim Bloom in the offseason, and he sort of checked off all the boxes that we were looking for. I wonder what that looks like for the Blues this trade deadline.
Here's what I'll say to what I believe to be true. Because Army gives you, like, he's a great poker player, gives you no tell. What I believe to be true is that every single player on the roster, not named Snuggerud, Holloway, Broberg, I think they're available.
Dvorsky?
I think he's available.
Really?
Somebody wants to pay. If you want to overpay, or you want to send me...
You want to lose the deal.
Yeah, then that's fine. Otherwise, I'm not parting with him. But I think if someone calls with the offer that Army's looking for on Robert Thomas, you could see a deal done. If someone calls with the right offer for Jordan Kyrou, you can see a deal done. I don't know if Pavel Buchnevich will be in play. It would have to be a team that wants to spend an awful lot of money on what I would consider to be a third-line player on a contending team. But he's playing really well lately. So if he continues to do that, teams might be more apt to say, go, that's the version we know. We love him. So, but I think everything's in play. I think for the first time in Doug Armstrong's tenure, I truly believe that almost every single player is available for the right price.
There you have it. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. That's Jamie Rivers, Carey Davis, Andrew Marsh. I'm Anthony Stalter. You can always get a hold of the show either via the text line, the Air Comfort Service text line, 314-399-9646, or the YouTube channel. It's our Snake Pit. Always leave us Scott Lee Heating Company mic drop as well via the 101 ESPN Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's mobile app. Following last night's 400 to 399 final in the Pro Bowl, are we getting close to the end of all All-Star games in sports?
I want to break down that game from last night for sure.
And we will. That's next on 101 ESPN.
It's the last call for football, and all week long, FanDuel is giving you a daily profit boost every single day leading up to the big game. Today's 30% profit boost is on the receiving markets. Receiving yards, over or under, alt receiving yards, and most receiving yards. Jackson Smith-Njigba, he has been playing lights out. Do you think he's going to go over 93.5? Maybe, possibly, maybe you like to take Stephon Diggs over 44.5. And then, I don't know, who do you think is going to have the most receiving yards in the game? Maybe it'll be Jackson Smith-Njigba again. You can choose whatever you want to do. You can do it, and all you have to do is opt in each day and place an eligible bet to use that day's profit boost. So whether you're locking in early lines, riding your favorite props, or taking one last swing before the final whistle, FanDuel is giving you something extra to cheer for during football's final week. Play your game with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of Super Bowl 60. 21 plus and present in Missouri. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable. Profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Last night, the NFL Pro Bowl, you could hear it, you heard it right here on 101 ESPN, if you did tune in, got Carey thinking about whether or not we will see fewer and fewer, perhaps even the end of all-star games for the professional sports.
What?
Yeah, it feels like
You don't like fun, Carey?
No, I do, but I like fun when athletes actually play hard and play the sport in the manner in which you see it every single day during the season. And in football, obviously, the Pro Bowl has shifted drastically. I told you all about the NBA All-Star Game that I could have slept through last year when I went to it with my son. And then I was reading something on The Athletic about the World Baseball Classic, which is not an all-star game, but essentially has that all-star kind of vibe because it's not MLB, it's not your team, it's playing for your country. But there are a lot of players that are not being allowed to play in the World Baseball Classic because insurance companies are not willing to cover their salaries if they get hurt. Francisco Lindor is one of them. He's not going to be able to play. Team Puerto Rico is almost at the point where they don't have enough Major League Baseball players to even participate in the tournament, and they may have to withdraw. So you're looking at a situation where maybe the number in terms of how much money these players are actually making in their sport, it's almost pointless to have an all-star game because the risk of injury is too high. You're not going to be able to pay, the insurance companies are not willing to risk it because they're going to have to cover that salary. And so you're looking at a situation where all-star games may become null and void simply because guys are making way too much money. When they were making, less money, obviously, in baseball and in football, you had competition. You had Sean Taylor knocking the punter out because, hell, why are you running, sir? It's not your business. You shouldn't do that. But they don't even have pads on anymore because no one wants to get hurt. And just looking at the landscape of, professional sports, again, how much money people are making now, is it even worth the risk for some of these players to even be involved in it?
Yeah, I think the money thing is huge. You're right. I also think if we look at like how all-star games were built initially, fans couldn't see stars every night. You didn't have an abundance of highlights that you can tune in for. Players wanted and almost needed the league stage to build fame. That world is completely gone now. Stars are global brands. They can use social media to reach a far-reaching platform. Fans see everything all the time. You can, if you miss the game, you can download the highlights. Heck, you can even get full games cut up for you if you pay for a certain service. I mean, the risk, like you said, of injury and insurance fatigue, it outweighs the upside. The NFL and NBA has already crossed the line. It's not competitive. Nobody wants to get hurt. Fans know it's fake. Players treat it like it's one big vacation. The league knows it, which is why they keep kind of changing the formats. But maybe, CD, you're right. They eventually just do away with it. And just if it's the NBA,
give them a break.
Give them a week off.
Yeah.
Everybody go home, be with their families, come back, hopefully refreshed, and we'll get this thing going in the second half.
I think the NHL is the only one in their all-star, kind of the four nations that they had last year, the Olympics that they're having this year. That's the only one where guys are actually playing hard. Yeah, playing hard, punching people in the face, playing the game in the manner in which it's played in the regular season. All the other, games that are taking place, and the WBC is similar to the four nations and similar to Olympics because it's you're celebrating your country. But if these guys aren't allowed to play because insurance companies are like, hey, the risk of injury is too high. Edwin Diaz, Jose Altuve, like when guys get injured, like you're missing time with your actual team during the season, and it might not be worth the risk for the players either.
Yeah. I agree with everything that everybody has said. I do have a solution, but it's not going to be called an all-star game. For me, it's going to be called like young guns, young stars, and the rules would be any player that's 25 years old and younger will play in the baseball all-star game. You pick your pony. My point is NHL, the 3-on-3, we can keep that going. All the young players under 25. Why is that important? Because most of them aren't making $6, $7, $8, $9, $10 million. They're on their entry-level deal, and they're young. They're full of enthusiasm. They're going to do fun things. They're going to have a good time. Most of the young kids got a better personality. They might be Instagram living from the bench, like all of the things that you want to try and do of growing the game. Because I don't think any league actually wants a competitive game anymore. All it is one giant commercial for your sport. And so if you have these young players and you tell them the winning team gets this, whatever it is, you're going to see them trying things that nobody's trying out there. And they're going to have fun to do. And they're becoming household names for your league so that now when you see them play, or now you might be seeking them out on the television. Well, I saw that young kid from the Utah team. He was really good. He did this thing, they call it the Michigan. He scored twice like that. Oh, they're playing tonight on ESPN. Let's see how he does in the real game.
My only question about that would be in terms of when you get to the point where it's time to vote for who goes into the Hall of Fame, because all of our
No, you don't
Hall
count
of
them.
Fame.
You don't count them.
No. But the players that you played in X number of All-Star games.
Yeah, I think you're abolished that right now. The Pro Bowl's become a joke.
That would be my only question.
Become a joke.
Right? How do you decipher who's in? Because in years past, we were like, okay, this player had 10 All-Star games, and this is how this other player only had 6.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I know, but I brought that up the other day. Remember, I'm like, how stupid is it now? You say,
no, I agree.
Shedeur Sanders. He's at least a one-time Pro Bowl. Like, come on.
Yeah, I agree. You cut it off.
You
say,
just stop with
this
that crap.
From here on out,
we're going to worry about real stats and real championships.
Stats and facts.
And if you're an Olympian, in hockey, if you're an Olympian and you go and you play for the Olympic team, or if you're a gold medalist, so that can count because that's real stuff.
I do find it unfortunate, though, that these players don't really care about these games, because as a fan, there's sort of this idea of, ooh, what would it look like if this player was on the same team as this player?
Just watch the Dodgers.
And they got to play with each other,
You love the Dodgers. You talk about them every day. You know that? You know what I realized, like when you talk about something like subconsciously, like it's on your brain so much, that lets me know that you actually love them. Because if you didn't love them so much, you wouldn't talk about them so much. You're so like your spirit is engulfed with LA Dodgers. Like you may not know it yet. It's kind of like, it's a secret lover. You don't know it, but it's there. You love those guys. You're compelled to become a Dodgers fan before you know it. The next thing you know, May 1st, when the Dodgers are here, you're going to be wearing Dodger blue, baby. And you're not even going to realize it happened. You're going to wake up and you're going to be like, man, today's a great day. Kind of like when the Sharks play on your birthday. Like it's a special day, right? You know what I mean? Kind of like that. You're going to wake up in May 1st, and you're going to look outside. You say it's going to be a great day to be a Dodger. And you're just going to do it. You're going to come in here. You're going to have on your Dodger hat. And you're going to be excited. You actually you talk about the Dodgers more than I do, Anthony. You notice that? Usually I'm responding to something you say about L.A., but I don't bring them up. You do. Every damn day. It's in your spirit, man. It's good for you. I'm happy for you. I'm happy.
I'm going to say this one more time. Real slow. Dodgers can go fast lane themselves. I will never, and I mean never, be a Dodger fan. Okay?
You're trending in that direction, brother.
You can spin it however you want. But that's never going to happen. All right. I was listening to BK, Ferrario, and the T-Bone, and they were discussing something that Kylie put on Twitter last night about the Cards being judged by wins and losses. And BK's point was, well, the team themselves is not. They're not talking about just stockpiling as many wins as humanly possible. So why should we judge them on wins and losses? Got a counter take that I want to throw at your CD. That's next on 101 ESPN. Hey, this month, Auto Centers Nissan is clearing inventory, and they're doing it fast. So those who miss it, boy, you're going to lose out on a great deal. Auto Centers has over 1,000 new and used vehicles in one massive location. They're in Herculaneum, just minutes from South County. You'll find them right off I-55. The offers are absolutely aggressive this month at Auto Centers Nissan on select new Nissan models. Get 0% payments for 6 months, 0 money down, and 0% APR for 60 months. 3 zeros, thousands in immediate savings. And Auto Centers Nissan is also offering deep price cuts across the entire new Nissan lineup, making this one of the strongest buying windows of the year. On top of that, every new Nissan comes with a 30-day return promise, giving you confidence after the sale. Because if you aren't completely satisfied with the vehicle, bring it back within 30 days. They'll refund your money and set you up with something else that you might be looking at. So shop now at AutoCentersNissan.com or visit Auto Centers Nissan in Herculaneum. When you do so, tell them Anthony Stalter sent you. It's Auto Centers Nissan, Herculaneum.
ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. Nick Bjugstad has been traded to the New Jersey Devils for forward Thomas Bordeleau and a conditional 2026 fourth-round draft pick. We talked about that earlier in the show. If you missed that conversation, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobstar and Auto Centers 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page. You'll find all of our interviews and all of our shows, and it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. Speaking of interviews, we'll talk with Joe Vitale at 5:30 as the Blues take on the Dallas Stars tonight. You can listen to that game right here on 101 ESPN. Pregame starts at 7:30. Puck drop is at 8:30. I'm Andrew Marsh, and this SportsCenter update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
Fastlane on 101 ESPN. I was listening to BK Ferrario and T-Bone, and BK kind of made an offhanded comment that he was on Twitter last night, and some Cardinals fans were upset with him because he had tweeted out that while the expectations will eventually grow, the Cardinals, and I'm paraphrasing here, but they'll eventually be judged on wins and losses, no different than anyone else, but the messaging and clear sense of direction is refreshing that they're not talking about just stockpiling as many wins as possible. And somebody on Twitter said, eventually? When is eventually? 2035? Are we not keeping score until then? What is this crap? LOL. BK went into detail about how he looks at this situation as if the Cardinals themselves aren't going to say, we're solely basing everything off of wins and losses, then as BK noted, why should we? And I understood his point 100%. I did. I understood his point. For me, though, if you're going to put a team together, and the Cardinals will field a team, and some of these players will be, in their hopes, part of the future moving forward, then I do think wins and losses still matter. It is a competition. That's much different than expectations. Mm-hmm. Expectations should be low because they're rebuilding.
Yeah.
But to me, I still think a team, professionally or otherwise, whether it's coaching or the players, there needs to be an element of winning and losing. What are you doing to win games? Whether you have the Dodgers roster, there you go, CD, or you have the Cardinals roster.
He loves the Dodgers.
He does.
The Dodgers roster or the Cardinals. You're still. I'm not saying it's the end all be all, but I am saying you have to evaluate a coaching staff and a team on wins and losses because that's what it's all about. Hell, look at the Blues. We're talking nightly. These players are not. They don't have grit. They don't have this and have that. They're not taking the game. They're not finding ways to win. Why do we talk about that? Because it's important. So that's, again, I know where BK was going with this. For me, though, I think you have to be judged by wins and losses no matter where you are as a team.
You are always, in this profession, you are always judged by wins and losses and how well or how poorly you play. That's how people keep their job. That's how people lose their job. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But as an ownership, if you understand that where you are in terms of the players that you have younger players, you have players that are not seasoned yet, you understand that team is probably not going to win as many games as a team that in a few years is more seasoned, is more prepared to actually put for now. If in 2 to 3 years you're still losing at that rate, you got to look at some things and say, okay, something needs to change. Mm-hmm. And generally it starts with the coach and then it filters out to the players. Like we got to, and if it's, and then it becomes maybe the GM or president of baseball operations. But all of those things are always looked at. You're never given a pass to lose. You know, it's just not. That's not how you're wired as a pro athlete, as a professional GM or a professional coach. You're not wired to lose. You don't go into a game and say, well, we're not going to win this one. That's not how that works. But you are rational and understand that we're building something and we're working towards having those winning seasons that this organization, that this fan base is accustomed to having. For me, arguing with fans or fans being disgruntled, it's a lose-lose situation because your ass been disgruntled when they've been losing the last couple of years. It wasn't good enough when they said, all right, we're going to just add to what we have. Well, you need to add more. Okay, well, you don't get to pick and choose how someone runs their business. Well, just sell the team. Can't do that either. That ain't how that works, man. I don't like your car, Anthony. Sell it. You know what I mean? I hate it.
I can't.
You
no,
can't. I can't.
I got it at Auto Center's Nissan.
There you go.
On Herculaneum. They got
Easy.
over 1,000
Whatever car you want, they can help you, right?
Yeah, damn right.
Okay, cool. But no, it's not that. You don't just get to tell someone you own something, I don't like how you're running it, get rid of it. That's nonsensical. So what you have to do is, and I think I listened to BK earlier today, I think and he said it, the Cardinals' messaging has matched what they're actually doing this time around.
Yeah, I agree.
The messaging and the actions are like this, Jamie. They're like this, Anthony. You know what I mean? They're like this. They're hand in hand, interlocking, walking down the street. And who the hell is upset about that? Now, you gotta give something to get something. You gonna give some time for these young players in order to get some wins in the long run. That's it. So quit asking. Damn it, man.
Carey, not often do I say this. I totally agree with you.
Hey.
I totally agree with you.
All right, we're done. Next segment. What do we got next?
I mean, as a Cardinal fan, look, I know, and trust me, I respect your frustration. Because over the last 4 to 5 years in that realm, 22 was a pretty good year because Albert did his thing and you had Goldie win the MVP. It felt probably better than it really was, which happens sometimes, Carey. And what I want to focus on is the body of work over the last few years has been frustrating. And you had a president of baseball operations tell you he was going to do what is actually happening now, but he never did it. He kind of, sort of did it, called up Gorman and Walker, and brought a bunch of ex-Cardinals back and couldn't get rid of Nolan Arenado. So now you actually have a regime that's in there that has just liquidated, done exactly what the previous guy wouldn't do or couldn't do. And the assets that you have now, looking at the list of players and draft picks and all, with the current young players that you have on the roster, you have to be somewhat pleased. Now, if they lose again next year, they don't make the playoffs, I understand that's not a winning. They're not winning. Okay, give it time. That's all there is. You just have to give it some time. And hopefully the way Chaim Bloom is building this, once they become contenders, they stay in that window for 10 to 12 years instead of a one-off here or there.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're not trying to cut corners. You're trying. You're aiming
keep adding
for
young
stability.
players.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, stability and sustainability.
Yeah.
Bill Walsh, the late great Bill Walsh, wrote a couple of books. One of the books that he wrote was The Score Takes Care of Itself. And Bill Walsh obviously did a lot of winning in San Francisco with the 49ers. His big message was what we talk about now, the process, right? Process over results. But his big thing was, if you're doing everything right, the score takes care of itself. You will win. So I'm certainly not. And I think Splash in the Snake Pit said, hey, you got to celebrate the small victories too. Absolutely, yeah. This is not just you show up and you win or lose and that's it. That's your final grade. There is a process to this. But I do think teams that learn how to win eventually win consistently.
Agreed.
I don't think that's by accident. I do think that when you put in the fundamentals and you play whatever game you're playing it the right way, great. But there comes a point when you have an opportunity to win that game or lose that game. Do you have winning players or losing players?
Right.
And I know that's not something that you find at Fangraphs and you know, whatever NHL analytical site you want to. There's no column for that. But again, we're seeing it with the Blues. A team that's largely the same as it was a year ago continues to falter. Why? They can't figure out how to win games.
And large part of the roster is the same.
Yes. So
we get a text.
Rebuilding, no rebuilding. I do think judging wins and losses is important.
So I'm going to clean this up a little bit, but we have Mahomes' long body gives a test. He goes, so all the BS that has happened the last decade should just be instantly forgotten and forgiven? It's been one decent offseason. Pump the brakes, fellas. And remember, none of these guys were Chaim's guys. Okay,
Yeah, I think, yeah, sorry.
No, it's okay. You're right. We're not celebrating what's going on right now, But if you're going back to the last decade, all the BS that's happened in the last decade, the guy who's in charge of that's gone now. He's gone. So you can live in the past and just be angry about somebody who's no longer part of the team, what he did to the team, or you can look right now at the new guy who's taken over, and he's liquidated a lot of the pieces from the prior individual. Mm-hmm. So now you're starting off fresh, clean, with a guy who has a plan in place that has been executing said plan since the day he took over.
Told you he was going to do it and then follow it up and actually did it.
You don't have to be celebrating that, but you can be happy that you feel like the team's in the hands of somebody who knows what they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a very, and I'm not being critical. Let's just be honest here. That's a very emotional response because we didn't say anything about celebrating. We didn't say anything. We gave zero indication that this thing is going to be great. None of that. So it seems a very emotional, I'm still angry, and until I see it, I won't believe it, which is completely fine. It's well within your right. But that response is emotional. We've been just as frustrated. The only thing I would celebrate is that we're not going to see the same crap offseason over and over and over again until we die. That's the trajectory we were on.
Till we perish.
Every offseason was the same. That's over now. So am I happy about that in a vacuum? Yeah. But I'm not telling you, hey, it's going to be great in 4 years. We have no idea. But to just run it back and do the same thing? No, thank you. So like Jamie said, the guy who eventually led us to this point is no longer here. New guy is in. You got to give him a shot. You got to give him a chance. You could be skeptical. No problem. But nobody in this room is celebrating.
No.
All right. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. It's an emotional game. You cannot be unemotional. Okay. I'm not telling you not to be emotional. I'm saying that was an emotional response to what we were talking about. Okay. We've gotten off track. We've gotten off track a little bit.
No, I like
here.
it. Keep it going, Anthony.
We've gotten off track.
Let's take mic drops.
What? You could always send a mic drop. Mic drops are always open. All right. Marcy, what's trending for you next on 101 ESPN?
Big game coming up on Sunday, and man, I cannot wait. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's always a lot of fun with my friends over at Circa Sports. Whether you're in Las Vegas personally, if you are, please get over to Circa Sports. They've got the world's largest sports book right there. Derek Stevens, owner, he'll be sitting there with his wife, Nicole. They love having the big party down the sports book area. But if you can't get there, the next best thing is having Circa Sports in the palm of your hand, and it's legal now in the state of Missouri. Go to the App Store or the Google Play Store. Download the Circa Sports app. It's the white logo. That one right there is for the state of Missouri. Click on that, and away you go. The player props are fantastic for the big game. How about a parlay? Put a good parlay together. Those are always fun, and you celebrate with your friends or family, whoever you're watching the game with. All of that available on the Circa Sports app, and it's great. It's the only app I use. It's the only app you should use as well. And if you need any information regarding the app or anything else going on at Circa Sports, it's pretty easy. Go to circasports.com. Again, that's circasports.com. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
topics in the sports world.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
Here's what's trending.
Welcome back to the Fast Lane here on 101 ESPN with Anthony Stalter, Jamie Rivers, and Carey Davis. I'm Andrew Marsh, and it's time for What's Trending. Gentlemen, outside of the Nick Bjugstad trade, two massive trades today in the sporting world. You have Artemi Panarin being traded to the LA Kings in the NHL. And, of course, Anthony Davis traded to the Washington Wizards from the Dallas Mavericks. And there's a ton of different players involved in that deal. But my question for you two, or for you three, is between the two, which trade is bigger for their respective sport? Which trade has a bigger impact for the respective sport?
I ain't Anthony Davis going to the Wizards.
I believe Artemi Panarin has a bigger impact still on each and every game where he plays than what Anthony Davis currently has on each game that he plays. So I would say that that's a bigger trade.
When he plays. Because that's also a problem.
Anthony Davis? Yeah. Well, that's kind of part of it, right?
When he plays. Because he don't play a lot, man.
Carey, to my overall point, you're nailing it. All right.
Yeah, it's not Anthony Davis. That trade to the Wizards feels like being sent off, to
New Orleans.
No, not even New Orleans. At least I don't know what food they got in DC. I know New Orleans got some really good food.
I was just talking from a basketball standpoint.
Yeah, no. You'd probably rather go to New Orleans.
Not by much. I'm just saying he was there.
Much. He was there. I'm looking at the records now.
And now he's a Wizard.
They actually have the same record. The Wizards are 13-36, and the New Orleans Pelicans are 13-39.
Not great.
So, 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other, I guess. At least I could eat good in New Orleans. It's probably not as cold.
It's definitely not as cold.
No, it's definitely not.
Yeah. That's tough, man.
I'm sure that.
Yeah, but you got the White House.
Yes.
Yeah, baby. You drive around and stare at that every day.
Yeah.
It's quite the sight.
Probably. I've been to the White House.
I bet you,
pretty cool.
I know you have.
Yeah.
I've been to the Pentagon.
Have you?
Yeah.
How was that?
It was wild.
Was it?
We went with a guy pretty high ranking, and he brought us in, and then we went like 7 or 8 floors, like underground.
Really?
I was like,
Wow.
I'm like, what are we doing down here? He's like, well, this is kind of where I'll
Did they take you to, was it Area 51?
No, that's
That's in Nevada.
all the way down, and it was a
Long ways
massive
there.
control board with like video of all these things going on around the world and all these people that were. I was like, this is pretty wild.
That's cool.
Why am I not shocked?
I'm
that
surprised
you've
you
been
got
there?
clearance.
Huh? Well,
I'm
with the
surprised
guy.
you got clear. Oh, well, but you
It was me and
specifically.
Terry Yake.
Okay.
We played for the Blues. Yaker knew this guy, and he set up. We went and had lunch, and he's like, "Well, you guys want to go to the Pentagon?" I was like, "Who doesn't?
Yeah.
Let's go."
I'm
Take
in.
me down
I was
there.
like, "Can I play this game?" They're like, "That's not a game."
Nope. Don't touch that button. Which
No.
button? This button?
We had very strict guidelines. Like, we weren't even allowed to be certain feet from certain things. It was like, okay, but it was cool, and we couldn't take pictures, which sucked.
No, of course you can't take pictures, Jamie.
Well, I kids from Canada.
What the hell?
It's pretty neat, man. You know?
It's top secret area.
Our Pentagon is an igloo up there.
It's below ice.
It's 7 feet below ice.
Is this trade in the NBA? Is this a big deal in the NBA?
No.
It's amazing how
Because his
fallen-
name in
Yeah.
it's right on ESPN.com. Like it is Anthony Davis traded.
I don't
Yet
think it's
he has zero impact on these teams.
I don't think it's a big deal anymore because Anthony Davis he's hurt often. Like groin, knee, ankle.
He's not an impact player
Like he's been injured a lot, man, and it's just I don't think it's all his fault, but he's been banged up, and when you're kind of now he's on his 3rd team in 2 seasons. The Lakers traded him. He had no clue that was coming. He thought he was going to be in L.A. with Bron for, till that was done. And they were like, nah, we want Luka. He's like, what am I doing? Traded him to Dallas. He got injured almost immediately once he got there. And now you're trading him to the Wizards? Man, that's
Well, that just makes that deal for Dallas look even worse, right?
Yeah. I don't know what they got in return. I'm sure they
got a lot.
There's a ton of players involved
but just
in
like,
this.
they got like Bronny James type players.
Nah, come on, man. Bronny's an NBA player.
Really?
So
They got Chris Middleton. Okay, man. Chris is he was good when he
Jake's
was in Milwaukee.
brother.
Jake Middleton?
Yeah.
Didn't know that. Marvin Bagley, the third. They did get a lot.
They got a lot, but what did they really get?
They got a B grade out of the deal, and the Wizards got a C, and they got Anthony Davis. What does that tell you? Damn it, man.
Darn it.
Not great.
Yeah. Good luck to those guys, man.
It's just weird, like two bad teams.
Yeah,
trading
why
with
even
each
bother?
other.
At
I
this
know
point?
the Mavericks are slightly close to being a playoff team.
Well, they should get Kyrie back here sooner or later.
Kyrie?
No, not Jordan. Hell, can you think Jordan Kyrie can play basketball?
I bet he can hoop.
You think so?
I think he can hoop. He's a pretty good athlete. I think he can hoop.
He's probably better at I would. Well, Kyrie's kind of he's an interesting dude. He might be able to ice skate.
He might be able to.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. I can't. You haven't taught me yet, and that's on you. That's your fault.
Oh, I'm sorry, Carey. I offered 17 times. I said, hey, man, come by the office about noon. We'll be fine, but can't seem
What
to get
office?
here.
This office?
Can't seem to get here.
Ain't
by
no damn
noon.
skating ice rink here. No ice rink here.
Hey, Anthony, can't seem to get here.
By noon? No, I can't. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. I'm more of a 130, 140 kind of guy.
You could have come over to the Rivers house. We had the outdoor pond going.
Did you? I don't want to
did.
skate no. I don't want to skate on no ice.
Well, that's great.
No, hell no.
No, it's fun.
No, hell no.
Why not?
I've seen movies, man.
Okay, the water, first of all, is 6 feet high. Then they drain. It's like 3 feet of water. And the ice was like 8 to 9 inches thick. That's your problem.
That's my problem.
He did tell you. He told you exactly what his problem was.
Whatever, dude.
All right. Does trading away Schenn, Faulk, or Binnington actually solve the Blues
goodness.
problem?
Who the hell wanted to know this?
Somebody. That's next on 101 ESPN. The State Farm Men's Basketball Championship, the Missouri Valley Conference Men's Basketball Championship, otherwise known as Arch Madness, is coming back to Enterprise Center. And if you haven't gone to the Arch Madness tournament, it is a ton of fun. And if you have, kids that enjoy basketball, maybe they just started to get into basketball, the Missouri Valley Men's Basketball Championship it's a great opportunity to take the kids down to Enterprise Center and enjoy some of the best hoops and one of the best traditions that you'll find here in St. Louis, celebrating the 50th year of heart racing excitement, the last 36 years right here in St. Louis. So we're talking about 5 decades showcasing buzzer beaters, madness, and championship glory. And right now, the Family Fun Pack, presented by us here at 101 ESPN, includes 4 tickets, 4 sodas, 4 popcorns for $105. So coupons available at archmadness.com. Take the family down. You'll have the tickets already. You'll have the sodas. So you don't have to worry about buying sodas and popcorns and stuff for the kids once you get there. It's all included in the Family Fun Pack, so you got to check it out. Again, the State Farm Men's Basketball Championship, the Missouri Valley Conference Arch Madness Tournament, going on March 5th through the 8th at Enterprise Center. Find ticket information at archmadness.com. 203, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. If you missed it earlier, the Blues dealt Nick Bjugstad to the Devils in exchange for a draft pick as well as a prospect. And just to recap some of this before we get into it. Clearly, Jamie, as we discussed in that first segment, clearly it's a situation where the Blues not going anywhere this season, moving Bjugstad's, moving him, clears next season's cap hit, opens a roster spot without costing the Blues much on the ice. Otto Stenberg emerging as a real threat and a real player. Pius Suter was added after Bjugstad was signed in the offseason, which kind of helped with the center position. And then, as you mentioned as well, kind of a redundant player, Nick Bjugstad, with somebody like Oscar Sundqvist. Mm-hmm. So, didn't really need him. They move him maybe as an opportunity to play in the playoffs this year, and it really helps the Blues that they did it now to get ahead of the Olympic freeze. So they're not carrying his salary through the Olympic freeze.
Yeah, it's, again, I think it's a roster movement, meaning they needed numbers. They need spots available. Coming out of the Olympic break, you're almost most certainly going to add Robert Thomas and Dylan Holloway. So then where do the dominoes fall?
Yeah.
I mean, really. And so if you're able to find a team right now that's willing to give you a little something for a third/fourth line player and vacate a roster spot for you, you do it. Mm-hmm. You know, and I'm sure they had talks with Nick Bjugstad, and you know, the Devils, I can't remember exactly where they're at in the standings. I know they've had some tough goes here. They're not great in the standings either. They're second last in the Eastern Conference. It's not like he's going to a playoff team.
Yeah.
They're 10 points out of a playoff spot. I would say.
Okay, so no.
I'd say they're not.
I didn't realize they're that far now.
They weren't for a while, then they dropped here. With Hughes being out, it's really hurt them a lot. But it gives you a roster spot. And if you want that roster spot for Berggren, if you want it for Fabry, if you want it for Stenberg, now you have the opportunity to put it to somebody else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm with you on that. All right, moving forward here. From a business side of things, it would make sense to move off of at least one of the Schenn, Faulk, or Binnington contracts. Faulk being the one that probably makes the most sense. Let's be honest here. Unrestricted free agent. He's not your captain, and he's not the goalie that helped win your first and only Stanley Cup.
And he's having a hell of a year.
And he's having a great year, too. So I think moving Faulk, and we'd stick here for a second, I think moving Faulk is a layup for the Blues. And I highly doubt that, you know, at this point in his career, he wouldn't want an opportunity to play for a contender.
Well, he's going to have an opportunity to pick the destination, most likely. He's got the modified no-trade clause. I think it's a 15-team. Take a look at it here right now as we try to find it here. But, yeah, I think it's 15 teams where he can say, no, thank you, try again. But, again, yeah, player submits a 15-team trade list. So it's 15 teams he will go to, which helps the player, the individual as well. But that doesn't mean Army can't make a deal with a team that's on his no trade. Mm-hmm. And if, like, sometimes players make these lists and it's based upon, you know, where teams are currently at that point. If you're looking right now, the Buffalo Sabres are probably on his list of like, no, I'm not going there. But
team's red hot. Come on.
Team's red hot. They are. They're 6-2-2 in their last 10. They've won 20 of their last 22 games. Like, they're on fire. So maybe now you say, Justin, I know it's on your that team's on your list, but what about, would you think about it? And he might look at that and go, yeah. And they're probably going to be good next year, too. So a contending-ish team for 2 years in a row, that's something you say okay to. And who knows if he's got, you know, other teams that are on there. Maybe the Islanders are on there. They're having a good year, too. So these are things where when you see a player that has no movement for a certain number of teams, in this case it would be 17 teams where he says, I won't go there, they might change their mind if presented with the right opportunity.
Sure.
Is I didn't mean to cut you off, Anthony. Is right now the best time if you were to trade Justin Faulk? Like, He's playing extremely well. He was leading your team in goals scored. He's a really good defenseman. Would it make sense to wait till the offseason to trade him, or
No.
would it be now?
It's a deadline deal.
Yeah.
It's 100% a deadline deal because whoever trades for him will get him for the ending of this year and all of next year.
Correct.
And it's most certainly going to be a team that believes they're a competitive, contending team. Because you add a guy like Justin Faulk at $6.5 million, top 4 defenseman, 11 goals on the season, power play guy. You add a guy like that because you're beefing up your blue line. It's certainly not going to be a team that is, the bottom of the barrel. The Vancouver Canucks aren't calling to trade for Justin Faulk. The New York Rangers aren't calling. Philadelphia Flyers aren't calling. Like, teams that are really not in the mix aren't trying to add a guy like Justin Faulk.
Yeah, it makes sense. All right, now beyond that, does trading Schenn or Binnington actually solve any sort of issue, or does it create more problems?
I'll never be able to say that trading Braden Schenn makes sense. I just won't, especially with the current climate of the team. And what I mean by that, I talked about it the other day. This locker room needs an alpha personality. Without Braden Schenn, who is clearly the alpha personality, I don't believe there is one. So now the inmates are running the asylum at that point. And that can cause damage to the development of some of your young players. It can cause damage to your culture as a group. You need the guy with the C on the jersey, the guy that earned the C. It's not just given to him. But a lot of teams are looking for players like that.
Yeah.
And at some point, somebody might offer Doug Armstrong a deal that he never thought he could get. And he'll have to talk to Braden Schenn about his modified no-trade clause. Mm-hmm. As far as Jordan Binnington's concerned, it makes sense. But I don't know what you're getting for him right now.
Yeah.
I just don't. His numbers just haven't been good this year. And there's a lot of things that go into that. I still think Jordan Binnington's a hell of a goalie. I'll die on that hill. He's one of the top 3 goalies in the league right now that if we had to win one game, I'd pick him. Mm. But I just don't know what the value is. At $6 million next year, at the age of 32 right now, with the numbers trending the way they are, are you really picking him up to make a run? Do you believe in him? I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I do, but I know what the product is. But another team may not.
Yeah, it would have to be a team that knows they don't have the goaltending, but they have everything else, and you take a shot on the history of the player.
So if Tampa Bay, Vasilevsky, if he went down with an injury, John Cooper would absolutely trade for Jordan Binnington.
Sure.
Because he knows what he can do. He knows the goalie, and he knows he's got big game capabilities, and that team is in win-now mode.
Right.
They're going to be playing big games.
That makes sense.
So I just think it's a unique situation. The only one that I think for sure will be moved, and only if Army can find the right deal, is Justin Faulk, for sure. Now, you can move the others, but I don't know what you're getting back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you look at all 3 of these guys, and there's pros to moving off of them. Of course, I think if you can fetch the right return, obviously that makes sense. But you look at Schenn, you just mentioned it, right? That leadership quality. Who in that locker room is stepping up and being that guy? Well, we don't really know, right? Otherwise, the team would probably be better right now. Justin Faulk, yeah, you could move off of him. People wanted him traded a couple years ago, but now he's playing really good hockey. We have seen what happens when you get rid of veteran defensemen on this team. We've talked about it. The Blues are lacking probably another cagey veteran on the back end. They are. So what happens if you get rid of another one?
Certainly a gritty one.
Who knows what that looks like moving into next year? And then Jordan Binnington, what does the goaltending situation look like moving forward? There's just different things to look at when it comes to if you do want to move off of these players. That's the thing. I don't know when we talk about, we need to start trading people, at least the fans. I don't know if these are the 3 guys that they're truly talking about.
No.
Yeah.
And we get a text from the 636, and I'm going to be as nice as I can be here. It said, Jamie, look at how bad this team has been with Schenn's leadership. Clearly not effective. Need a leadership change in the locker room. All right, 636. Braden Schenn was given the captaincy after they liquidated every player that was any good out of here. So he was given a bottom-of-the-line product to lead with a bunch of players and young mishmash of things. Kevin Hayes was on that team, guys. Remember how good the Kevin Hayes era? Yeah. The Jacob Verana, Kasperi Kapanen. How about those for household names? Huh? Yeah, should I keep going? Yeah.
No, I don't.
He did go to the Cup last year.
And so he was gifted that team. And then the next year in this whole thing, they managed to put together a run last year. So if you're going to isolate the bad, you also have to look at the good and how good Braden Schenn was in that period of time. And then now they're back to the mishmash of players here, whatever's going on. I'm sorry, I can't blame Braden Schenn. And if you want a new leadership in the locker room, who? Because if you trade for player X, Y, or Z, it's a new guy to the team. And Ryan O'Reilly proved in his first year here, it took him a while to build equity in that locker room. Not because he wasn't respected, but you have to take your time. Mm-hmm. You can't come in and kick the front door open and be like, I'm your new leader.
Right.
Everybody's like,
listen to me.
Check yourself, buddy.
Right.
And again, if you trade Braden Schenn, that means whoever believes they're the next man up, even if they're not qualified, that could poison the group. Mm-hmm. Because now you've got someone who thinks they're a leader that clearly isn't a leader. And now what? Now you have inner fighting, not real fighting, but struggling. So I'm sorry. You can chalk up the Braden Schenn era as clearly not effective, but you're 100% wrong.
Splashback Deuce comments in the snake pit. I've seen puddles of dog pee deeper than that text. CD, your thoughts?
Had to go. The dog had to go.
The dog do. Poor dog.
Everything that you said, Jamie, it sounds like this is a fragile organization / group.
I mean, I don't know more than what I know.
Yeah.
Because I'm not in the locker room every day. I'm not.
Right.
I'm basing it off of what I'm seeing during the games. I'm basing it off what I'm seeing just at skates and practices and things like that. And the one thing that I have is many, 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 many years in this league and around this league. And I have played on really bad teams and unbelievably good teams. So I'm able to compare those situations and evaluate what a good situation looks like and what one that I think can be improved on looks like. This right now needs to be improved upon. It does. And I don't think trading the one piece that you really want to represent your group, I don't think trading that person is the right move at this point.
It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Sports Six Pack Part 1 is coming up, so if you got any questions, send it into the Air Comfort Service text line, 314-399-9646. Again, send in any questions, and we'll hit them in our Sports Six Pack Part 1 next on 101 ESPN. Well, we're midweek now, which means we're drawing closer to the big game between the Patriots and the Seahawks. If you're new to Underdog, if you haven't played Underdog yet, download the app because new customers score $75 in fantasy bonus entries when you make your first $5. When you play your first $5 fantasy entry. When it comes to Underdog, too, new promos dropping daily in the app. So if you like making entries and winning money, Underdog is the place for the big game. If you get your entries right, you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. So what am I talking about in terms of entries? Playing an Underdog, super easy. Choose whether or not players are going to go higher or lower on their stats. For example, I think Drake May goes lower than 225.5 passing yards. I worry about the shoulder injury. He's got a tough matchup against Seattle, so I'm going lower on his passing total. I think Sam Darnold goes higher than 19.5 completions. A lot of short passes. I think the Patriots will do reasonably well containing Kenneth Walker, meaning the short passing game becomes an extension of the run game. So higher than 19.5 completions for Sam Darnold. Download the app today. Use my entries or create some of your own. Use that promo code Anthony. Just type in Anthony at Underdog, and you're going to score $75 in fantasy bonus entries when you play your first $5 on fantasy. Again, don't forget, when they prompt you, just type in Anthony when you see that promo code. Underdog. Make plays, win money. Must be 18 or older in present Missouri. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms. _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.nspgambling.org.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
Refreshed by Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut Swickle Light Premium Light Beer. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
Time for the Sports Six-Pack here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Plenty of time for you to send in your questions over the next two segments. Air Comfort Service text line is 314-399-9646 with Carey Davis and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. And here's Andrew Marsh with question one.
Question number one.
From the 636, you are granted only one wish. Everyone in the world is convinced that you'll use it for the betterment of mankind. However, the only way for the wish to come true is for you to wish something for just yourself, and no one can know of this. What do you wish for? And better yet, how do you explain it to the rest of the world?
Well, you said no one can know of it, so I'm never telling.
That's true. You can't explain it.
I can't explain it.
Yeah.
It's in the rules. Mm-hmm. No one can know of this.
Yeah.
So I can't tell you.
Right.
As I'm speeding off on my yacht.
Yeah. There'll be signs, they say.
Signs.
Yeah, I would give myself just an ungodly amount of money, and I would pour it back into society.
Yeah, you can give back.
Yep.
You know, give it to people. Mm-hmm. You can help out and certain communities,
Absolutely.
certain nonprofit organizations.
Yep.
Give those people an uplift and a
course.
boost. You know what I mean?
I of course I do.
After I give myself $500 billion,
You take care of the people.
take care of the people, man.
Yeah.
I don't even need a yacht. I wouldn't want a yacht. Ridiculous.
The 636 says no one can know that you can only wish for yourself. So they know that you have a wish. They think that you would use it for the betterment of mankind, but they don't know that you are bound to using it for yourself.
By me giving myself this $500 billion, I trust myself to allocate the funds properly.
Yeah.
And the thing that I don't trust is, giving large amounts of money to people that I don't really know and I don't know how. Like, if I'm going to give a company money or give a non-for-profit organization money, I need to have some results, some receipts as to what this money is being spent on. Otherwise, I can't keep giving you money, right? You got some funds, some things that need to be taken care of. Send me the receipt. I'll pay for it because I know that's what you need for your organization. Now, if I were just to give that money away, we've seen companies misuse.
Oh yeah.
Funds.
Yeah.
Not use them for what they're meant for. You know what I mean? Some big name companies too. Yeah, send money here. We'll do this. Relief. Yeah, will you?
Yeah.
I don't trust it.
I'm a prince in a foreign land.
Come on, man.
I'm going to give you all my money.
Your mother's been hurt.
Yeah.
No?
I never believed that. That's kind of weird.
Works on some people.
Yeah. I'm with CD on this. I think it makes the most sense to just pay ourselves.
Pay myself and then allocate the funds
I'll allocate
properly.
the funds. Yep.
That's what I would tell you.
Yeah. All right.
Done and done.
Question number 2.
I think Marsh agrees.
From the 801, does the Artemi Panarin trade ruin the trade market? LA basically got him for a pat on the back and a firm handshake.
Not really, because it was a unique situation. He has an expiring contract to which he only would accept a trade because he had a full no movement clause. He would only accept a trade to a team where he was ready and willing to negotiate an extension with. So that literally eliminates a massive amount of the league. And now find out he's signed a 2-year extension already at $11 million a season.
Good for him.
So deals like that are not used as a comparable normally because it's such a unique deal where the player has so much control and the team just tries to get or salvage whatever they can. What?
Splashback Deuce is hilarious.
You invest $500 billion in land. They're not making it anymore. It is a good
Never
investment.
a bad idea. Call AgVest.
Yeah.
Chris Bronner, co-founder.
Question number 3.
Grant Francis Fan Club, what are your thoughts on Logan Mailloux, and have they changed since the trade was made?
So it's so tough to be a young player in any league, and it's very tough to be a young player in such an important position. And I think he's making progress. I think where he is now is farther ahead, certainly, than where he was when he started the season. But I don't think where he is now is ultimately where it's going to end. I do think he's a top 4 defenseman in a year. Maybe 2 years. He's got the size, he's got the speed, he's got the ability. He just doesn't have the reps at the NHL level. And it's not like Logan Mailloux has been plugged into a team that is systematically sound and consistent on a nightly basis. He's plugged into a team that has changed systems a couple of times throughout the season. They're inconsistent, and sometimes the game, you're chasing the game, which means you have to open it up more. All of those things are bad for a young defenseman to play just consistent hockey because you're consistently moving the goalposts on him. So do I think it's a great trade for the Blues? Time will tell. But let's also look at Zach Bolduc's got 1 goal in 22 games, his last 22 games. So although we thought Brett Hull got traded to the Montreal Canadiens, I'm not being mean. I'm not being mean because I love Zach. I love him. But it's not so lopsided when you look at it. In fact, it might even be a wash by the time the season's over. And the ceiling for Logan Mailloux might be higher than the ceiling for Zach Bolduc, because Zach Bolduc's kind of telling us what kind of player he is. He's got top 6 skill and speed and all that stuff, but he's got third line abilities, meaning consistency and IQ and all of that stuff. If the Montreal Canadiens are having a hard time finding a spot for him, and that's a good young team with lots of speed and skill to help him out. And again, Zach Bolduc might go on to have a great career. I hope he does. But I don't think you can call the trade a loss just yet for the Blues.
All right, we will continue our Sports Six Pack. We got part 2 coming up next. Keep those questions coming in. 314-399-9646 the Air Comfort Service text line. Part 2, Sports Six Pack next.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Blues trade Nick Bjugstad to the New Jersey Devils in exchange for Thomas Bordelot and a conditional 2026 fourth-round draft pick. The Blues are back in action tonight, taking on the Dallas Stars, and you can listen to that game right here on 101 ESPN. Pregame starts at 7:30. Puck drop is at 8:30. We have part 2 of our Sports Six-Pack coming up next, so get your questions into the Air Comfort Service text line, 314-399-9646. We'll do part 2 of the Six-Pack next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and this Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
Refreshed by Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut Swickle Light Premium Light Beer. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Time for part 2 of the Sports Six-Pack. 314-399-9646 is the Air Comfort Service text line. Keep sending those questions in. Marsh, question 4, please.
Question number 4.
All right, friend of the feather wants to know, what is your favorite trade the Cardinals have made so far? And realistically, what is the total amount of wins that you guess for this year? How many wins do you think they'll have? So favorite trade, and how many wins do you think they'll have?
Like what you got back in return? Because I like Nolan Arenado. My favorite trade is Nolan Arenado because it clears up space. You can see what guys can do.
Wow, Carey.
No. I like him.
That doesn't sound like it.
My least favorite is Wilson Contreras.
Why don't you like him?
Guy. No, that was my least favorite trade.
Oh, I thought you were just like all the rest of the Cardinals and didn't like him.
Oh, damn.
Now, that's all the rest of the Cardinals. They didn't like him. I actually liked him.
They liked him.
It's just the pitchers didn't like him. Because it was his fault that they got rocked.
Definitely.
Just listen to him.
Yep. They'll tell you all about it.
Yeah.
You don't know the art of pitching.
And a win projection there, Carey?
A win projection.
What'd they have last year? 80?
No, that was 2 years ago. I think they had 79 last year, wasn't it?
Was it?
Nobody knows. It's a myth.
Somebody knows.
You know what? Hang on. We're going to find out. They had...
I thought they went 80 and...
They were 78-84.
78.
Okay. I'm going to say my projection for wins is 78. Exact same season.
I will give them 80.
Oh, wow. Okay.
80.
Anthony, go 79.
80-80?
80. 80, and what's that, 2?
Yeah.
Can they tie?
No, they can't.
No.
It's not hockey?
No.
Oh.
I say...
Okay, football.
You get a point, you know.
I say 76 wins.
Oh, wow.
And my favorite trade was the Wilson Contreras trade because it brought back Hunter Dobbins, 25-year-old that I think has some...
You like old Dobby, huh?
Big upside. Well, he faced the Cardinals last year and shoved it where the sun don't shine.
Okay.
I'm intrigued. I am. I'm intrigued by him.
Okay.
What was your favorite trade there, Jamie?
I like the Donovan trade.
Okay.
I do.
Oh, you don't like Brendan Donovan?
No, I love Donnie.
You happy about Sanja?
I am.
Durangelo?
Durangelo
Sanja. I'm intrigued by that, and then I'm also intrigued by all the other pieces that are involved, what they become ultimately.
It should be fun, man. It's the not knowing that makes it kind of fun. Like when
It's like
you
wearing a blindfold, Carey.
Yeah, you don't know what's gonna happen.
You just don't know.
You're in that place, man. The blindfold on.
Yeah, like, and you got to get out of the room, Anthony.
Anything could happen.
You ever played that game?
No.
Really?
No, yeah, I haven't.
Huh. Pin the tail on the donkey. Never played that game?
Yeah, as a kid, sure.
You don't do it anymore?
Jamie's talking about the adult version.
It's way better. You have a real donkey in the room.
Real donkey, he says. Yeah. Marshy?
Question 5?
No, not question 5. What's your favorite trade and what's the win total? Jeez.
My favorite trade. Wow. I think I'm with Carey. I think it's the Nolan Arenado one for the fact that you are able to make space for certain players, and it was something that this organization could not ultimately do last offseason. So you were able to move on from him. So from that aspect, I like it. I do like what the Cardinals got in return for Brendan Donovan, but I'm going to go with Carey with moving on from Nolan Arenado. And I think this team goes 500. I think they win 81 games.
Okay. Now question 5, please.
Question number 5.
From the 618, what are your thoughts? And we actually have a couple of college football questions here. What are your thoughts on the college football playoff schedule slide next year? What's their goal of going so late with still having the transfer window where it is?
Who knows, man? Who the hell knows what
I don't get what
the
they're
NCAA
doing,
is
man.
doing? I said they should move everything up. Start the season a week early. Come on, man. You don't need 3 weeks between your last game and the next time you play a playoff game. Like, come on. That's ridiculous. Nobody, I won't say nobody because I don't like to speak in definitive terms. Many people don't need to watch the Meineke Bowl. Or is that still a bowl?
I don't know.
Pinstripe Bowl is one.
Yeah, that's a Yankee Stadium,
Pop-Tart
of course.
Bowl was a good bowl.
That's turning into like the favorite one.
Yeah, because they got a Pop-Tart.
They do a bunch of crazy gimmicky stuff.
The
It's kinda
Mayo
fun.
Bowl. Who wants mayo dumped on them? Yeah,
Not me. The Duke's Mayo Bowl?
Duke's Mayo Bowl.
Yeah.
Sounds gross.
I don't want Duke's Mayo
Nah. I'll
anywhere
pass.
near me.
Nope. I'll pass. So I think some of these bowl games, you know what you can do? You can put a couple of games on on the same day. Run through them. Monday through Friday, 11 to 7. You can get all those games in 1 week, Anthony. You don't want to, you kidding me, man? You'll be footballed out.
I don't want to be football out.
You
I want to be
should.
football in.
You'll be footballed out. You get all your football in 1 week's time.
No.
Start the games at 11 a.m.,
I said no.
3 p.m., 7 p.m. We're done.
Nah.
By Friday, everyone's rested. Get you a couple of days off. Get you the following week, no football. The following week, you get your first playoff game. I just fixed college football, man.
Yeah, and you just lost me at no football. So
No, you still got NFL, Monday Night Football. Not any action, of course, but
yeah,
you
next
know.
thing you're going to be saying is no action anymore, and you fixed it. No, you haven't fixed it.
We're in the playoffs, so if MAC teams are there, which
Which could happen.
it could.
You tell me Western Michigan, who you know I'm not a fan of, couldn't.
Did they beat Northwestern? No, that was Central Michigan. Did Central Michigan win? I'm genuinely asking because I don't know.
You know damn well that we turned the ball over 5 straight possessions to Northwestern.
What's the quarterback's name? Labus.
Labas.
Yeah,
Labas.
Labas. They. I couldn't remember if they won or not. I was being honest. I got it confused with the Oklahoma State game
That's
where
terrible,
Oklahoma
Carey.
State made a mistake.
It's not like Anthony brought
And the
up
fire
how
up
did
chips.
Illinois do against Indiana.
They
Like,
lost.
come
They
on.
came in
Or
third.
UConn.
Now you know that one hurts.
Yeah, I know.
You don't
Hurt
have
people
to-
hurt people.
The
So that's
UConn
where we're at.
game where we didn't score a damn point for like 25 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't need to,
Yeah, we turned the ball over 5 straight possessions. 5 straight.
That's good.
You know how to-
That's talent.
You know how to get to me, don't you?
Yeah,
you
well,
did that. All
and
right.
you did that.
All right, you're right.
All
I
right?
apologize.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have hurt you. Okay?
Damn tournament game, don't score a point for 35 minutes. Who the hell does that? Oh, that pissed me off so bad.
There's no way this is possible.
Man,
this
20
box score is lying.
What are they doing?
Yeah, that was rough.
That was bad.
Yeah. All right, Marsh.
Question number 6.
All right, from the 703, do you think college football could be saved by adopting a relegation system like English soccer? Would never happen, but it's a fun idea. I don't know how would that work.
I think baseball would be saved if they had a relegation system.
There you go. Now, because you're thinking about the lower teams.
Yes.
Not the higher teams.
You ain't going to compete? Chicago White Sox, Washington Nationals, Colorado Rockies? Well, guess what? You're now in the minor leagues.
Who do you replace them with? The best minor league team?
Yeah. Minor league tournament champion.
That's how they do it in Europe.
That'd be difficult, though, because...
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
it's the same organization.
No. It wouldn't be. It wouldn't necessarily be.
So what they do is, I'll tell you, when I played hockey over in Europe, the teams who don't make the playoffs, they play in a thing called the play-outs. So what you want to do is your team wins the playoff series, you stay in the A-League.
Okay.
If you lose, then you play the loser of the other series. And whoever loses that series plays the champion of the minor leagues. So the best team in all of minor leagues will play the worst team in the A-League.
Okay.
And they have a playoff series, and whoever wins that playoff series either stays in the A-League or gets relegated.
I like that. My only question would be if you have a minor league team and, I don't know, Seattle Mariners need a player off their minor league team because they were the best one. They're gonna lose. Their team's not gonna be good anymore. So it'd be one and done, right?
That's correct. Yeah. I didn't think about that.
But you would be able to punish the
and that's really all I'm interested
Chicago White
in.
Sox for one season.
Yeah.
Anthony just wants his pound of flesh.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter where he gets it.
Yeah. How you want to kind of settle the other rules, the other aspects of this? That's
Not
up
your
to
problem.
you. Yeah, not my problem. No.
You did your part.
I did my part. I punished the White Sox. All right, text in to play the Gauntlet or bet the board drafts. So if you want to be a part of the bet
finally
the
gonna
board
do it, are we?
drafts, yeah.
So yesterday didn't count either because we didn't have any.
Yesterday counted, absolutely. 314-399-9646 is the Air Comfort Service text line. So text in to play the Gauntlet or bet the board. So we're taking listeners on both, and we will have the Gauntlet in about 15 minutes. But Carey asks, are there any morals left in college football? Based on a story from Dabo Sweeney a couple weeks ago, I think the answer is no. That's next on 101 ESPN. Carey, before the show, I was talking to a mutual friend, the one and only Scott Rizzuto.
Oh, yeah.
Who also goes to Mentality and loves the way he feels now. I know that for you just jumped on their program. For me, I've been on it for a while. But, man, if your energy's down, your focus is all over the place, the drive isn't where it needs to be, Carey, tell them about Mentality and how easy it is to get signed up.
Very easy. Go in, have a call, stop in, and talk to the people and see how well you need to, what's going to get you back to you being you, right? You get your blood drawn. It's an easy, simple process, not very taxing, doesn't take very long. And then you get your results back, and then they tell you exactly what areas you need assistance in. And again, it could be certain vitamins that you need. Maybe it's testosterone, and we've talked about the testosterone therapy, getting into that mode that allows you to be the old version of yourself. And that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm going in on Friday. They got 2 locations, South County, Chesterfield. I go to the Chesterfield location.
I go to the South County one.
Going in there and going to start my program on Friday, and I'm looking forward to it because I'm tired of being grumpy. I'm tired of being the dad bod. I want to get back to the old me.
Yeah, same great people, too, by the way. Whether you go down in Chesterfield or in South County, the people are fantastic there. Mentality starts by listening. They'll run the labs. They'll get your results. They'll talk to you in plain English, then build a personalized science-backed plan using hormone therapy and FDA-approved peptide treatments to help your brain, your body get back on track. That's what they're there for. They're there for you. So stop telling yourself and everyone around you that you're fine and actually do something about the way you feel. Right now, all new patient labs will be covered in your treatment plan. That's a savings of $250 right out the gate. So reclaim the old you, the younger you with Mentality. Schedule your appointment at lowtusa.com.
And Luke communicated to Jordan and to Ben Boulware that Pete texted him on Wednesday morning, the head coach at Ole Miss, when he was in his 8 a.m. class. And he said the text message said, "I know you're signed. What's the buyout?" And he also, Luke said that Coach Golding also texted him a picture of a $1 million contract. Luke also mentioned to Jordan and to Ben that Coach Golding had Trinidad Chambliss call him from his phone, and that Coach Golding was there continuing to talk on his phone to push him to re-enter the transfer portal.
That is Clemson head coach Dabo Swinney, and that was audio from a couple of weeks ago in which he was talking about current Ole Miss head coach Pete Golding. So the Golding that you heard him reference, Coach Golding, the Ole Miss coach, was apparently trying to recruit players at Clemson who were literally in class.
Signed in class.
He's
talking
enrolled.
about linebacker Luke. I can't remember his name. I can't remember his last name. But he's talking about one of his linebackers and saying that, Pete Golding and the Ole Miss staff are actually texting our players.
Maybe they had the wrong number.
Nah, he sent them a contract and said, "What's your buyout? I got a meal for you." And it's already grimy and messy what the NIL has provided. But I'm over blaming the young people for it. Like, I don't blame them anymore. Like, I blame the adults in this situation, and the adults being the coaches, the administrators, like everyone that is involved, because they're the ones that are kind of setting the precedent of saying, hey, anything goes. You can do whatever you want to do. If you already signed the contract, what's the buyout? We'll pay it, and you can come play for us. Because essentially that's what's going on. Darian Mensah, the quarterback from Duke, who just recently transferred to Miami, had signed a deal to stay at Duke. He was originally a transfer from Tulane, got a lot of money to go to Duke. Duke won the ACC championship, not Miami. And Miami was able to flip him to come to Miami. But there was a contract issue where Duke wasn't letting him out of it. We'll pay the opt-out. And now you can come sign with us, play for us. This is all the doing of the adults. And I'm not saying that the young players are not adults. They're 20, 21, 22-year-olds. They're young adults. But the older people involved in this are the ones that are genuinely making these decisions and telling them, don't worry about it. The rules don't matter. You can do it. And if a coach is going to text a player that is on a roster that just signed to stay in that school while he's in school, that's letting you know there are no rules. No one cares. It's the Wild Wild West.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem here is the kids, like, this is probably the wrong word. They're kind of the victims in all this because they don't know any better. Even though they're adult age, they haven't really been in any real world circumstances.
Yeah.
They're in college. They went to college from high school.
Right.
And now they're being...
Where they still don't know their head from a
No, they don't.
hole in the ground.
You have successful people, entities with lots of money now that are manipulating them.
Mm-hmm.
It's just brutal, man. It's been my gripe from the beginning with all this is it's the lack of structure to what they did here. It's like instead of like the dam, instead of opening it just slowly to let the water go, they just basically like blew it up and now the water now try to put the water back in. Like now, what do you do for rules?
There are none.
But like, what do you do? Because this is craziness that they're just like texting kids. A kid who doesn't know any better. He's in class now. He's being swayed with $1 million contract. Like, I don't know.
So I'm reading more on it because when we did that, this hadn't come out yet. I'm reading South Carolina, Fox from South Carolina is saying that Luke Farrelly, who is the linebacker, is now actually enrolled at Ole Miss. He did transfer from Cal to Clemson and was enrolled in classes. So that audio that you heard was prior to him actually leaving Clemson. So he left Cal, transfer portal windows open. Mm-hmm. It closed on the 16th. He's enrolled in class because most colleges begin classes around that time. He's in class. And Pete Golding from Ole Miss and his staff are texting him like, hey, come to us. And lo and behold, he's no longer at Clemson. He is actually at Ole Miss.
Yeah.
So I think there is going to eventually be some form of punishment for tampering. Like this is tampering at its finest. Like you're the kid is out. You had an opportunity to try to sway him during the transfer portal. He's left the school that he was at in Cal. He's in the transfer portal. He decides that, okay, I'm going to go to Clemson. I signed. I'm in class, and you're still actively recruiting him and telling him basically what you just signed doesn't matter. We'll pay for it, and you can leave and come here. Like it's. You got to have some type of rules. And again, I'm with you, Jamie. They're not kids, but they're also more seasoned people who are involved that are leading and swaying these young people in a direction that benefits them.
Yes.
It benefits both parties, but
it's almost like psychological warfare, too,
yeah.
though, because they know these kids, you send them a picture. Why would you send them a picture of the $1 million contract? You know why? Because it's a visual that a kid can process and look at and go, oh, my goodness.
Yeah, it's not somebody telling you.
That's right.
That if you come here, you'll get $1 million.
Here it is. It's yours.
Yeah.
Like, it's dirty, man. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Don't like it.
Yeah, eventually there's got to be some sort of regulation.
Good luck.
We've moved on from what was happening behind closed doors, and now it's out in the open. We have moved on from punishing players for signing autographs on endorsement deals or anything like that, the NCAA didn't have their hand in, which is good. But we've, like you said, Jamie, we've swung so far the other way now that there's got to be some more rules and regulations. All right. By the way, we asked for Gauntlet contestants. Steven's coming back.
Yeah.
It's on us. We screwed up. Our apologies to Steven.
We?
And his family.
French?
We're just trying to forget what happened yesterday.
Nah, don't forget. He did a damn good job.
He did. He absolutely did. That's why he's coming back for round 2 next on 101 ESPN.
Selling your house can be stressful. Maybe it's been a while since you've sold a home, or maybe you're just nervous about where the market is at and what the price point of your home should be. All of those things are great questions for somebody with experience, someone who sells lots of homes yearly. And that is Gloria Liu. With your home sold guaranteed realty, Gloria has helped thousands of families over her 23 years in real estate. And the average agent would probably sell 4 to 5 homes a year, maybe a couple more if they've had a great year. Good for them. But Gloria Liu sells just about every other day. And one of those houses could be yours. Our guy Lance, right down the hall here, works with us. He called Gloria Liu. He said, hey, Jamie Rivers sent me in. And then she listed his home, and 2 days later, he sold his home. And that could be you. So please give Gloria Liu a call. When you call her, tell her that Jamie Rivers sent you in. Her number is 314-325-6888. That's 314-325-6888. Or you can always visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com.
warriors. 4 categories, 1 challenger. Can you survive the gauntlet?
Brought to you by Blue Note Roofing. Roofing, siding, and gutters. Visit BlueNoteRoofingSTL.com for a free inspection.
402, your time check, brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler, with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. We welcome Steven back for round 2. What's up, Steven?
What's going on, guys?
Not much. Congrats again on the victory yesterday over CD. Round 2. You got either Marsh, Jamie, or me. Who would you like to take on?
I think I'm going to take on you, Anthony.
Wow, Jamie called that. Jamie thought you were going to come for me.
I could just hear it in his voice yesterday. Once he was done disposing the CD, you could hear it.
Really?
What? No?
Yeah, say it like that.
What?
Come on, wow. All right, Steven, good luck.
Thank you.
All right, Steven, our guy Anthony, our hero, he's headed off to the cone of silence right now. While he's doing that, can you please tell my guy Marshy to spin that wheel?
Spin that wheel.
So you duped us yesterday, Steven. Are you going to try and dupe us again today?
No, I think I actually do want random. I do. I think it'd be interesting.
Okay, well, guess what?
This guy's on a heater.
You better mean it, because you got random.
Let's go. That's fun.
All right. You're going to get 4 questions here, each of them worth 2 points. If you use the options, it's worth 1 point. And, of course, if you get it wrong, it's worth, what do they call that? 0 points. If we're tied after 4, which we were yesterday, we will have a tiebreaker, and we will get a winner here today. Steven, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, buddy, here we go. Again, it is random. Question number 1. The great Catherine O'Hara's Hollywood breakthrough came in Beetlejuice. What was her character's name in that 1988 film directed by Tim Burton?
Immediately need the options there.
Okay. Was it Delia Dietz, Barbara Maitland, or Karen Sappington?
I get those one more time.
Yeah, was it Delia Dietz, Barbara Maitland, or Karen Sappington?
I'm going to say, was it Barbara Maitland?
Correct.
Final answer?
Okay.
That's the final. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Question number 2. Which of the 3 expeditionary vessels used by Christopher Columbus in 1492 was the largest?
Options.
The Pinta, the Santa Maria, or the Nina? Nina, Pinta, Santa Maria.
Santa Maria.
Santa Maria. Jeez.
Pinta, Santa Maria, or Nina?
It's because of the order that it's in.
I got you, bud. It's tough for me, too.
One more time, sorry.
The Nina, the Pinta, or the Santa Maria?
Look at him go.
There you go.
Santa Maria, final answer.
The Nina, the Pinta, the Santa Maria. There you go.
Yeah.
It was the order. It was throwing me off.
All right, question number 3. Identify the artist whose 2025 album, Second Line Sunday, is both a tribute to motherhood and the rich tapestry of New Orleans music culture.
Oh, yeah.
2025, I wish I should know this, but I'll need the options.
Options are Grace Kelly, Duke Ellington, or Trombone Shorty.
Who was the first option?
Grace Kelly was the first option.
Grace Kelly, final answer.
All right. Last question. Can you tell us the 4th most popular pasta shape nationally, according to a 2025 report from Fox News? Not the most popular, the 4th.
I think I'm going to try to get this one without the options. Let's say bow tie. Final answer.
All right. All right, let's, speaking of pasta, let's get our Italian back in here. How you feeling, buddy?
Not good, but it was fun. It was fun.
All right, well, Anthony's back. He's plugging in his ears. Anthony, how are things in the Cone of Silence today?
Good, very good.
A lot of action?
I was in there mostly by myself. Then Ryder came in right before I left.
Do you prefer it alone or with somebody?
I always love when my guy Mike Ryder's in there. Usually plays a tune for me.
What did you listen to today? Stone
no,
Temple
he wasn't.
Pilots?
No.
Isn't that the people? Isn't that the name?
Stop
Yes.
the presses, Barry.
Stop the press. Samsonite.
Anthony, your category today is random.
Pack a lunch.
Yes. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Question 1. The great Catherine O'Hara's Hollywood breakthrough came in Beetlejuice. What was her character's name in that 1988 film directed by Tim Burton?
Oh, wow. I'll definitely need the options, but I do think I can narrow this down. I think it'll sound familiar.
Was it Delia Dietz, Barbara Maitland, or Karen Sappington?
I think Delia Dietz. Final answer.
Question number 2. Which of the 3 expeditionary vessels used by Christopher Columbus in 1492? You want me to start over?
Hang on.
I'll start over.
Hang on.
Please.
Cut.
Read that again. Which of
Gary
the 3...
Davis, question 2, and action.
All right. Which of the 3 expeditionary vessels used by Christopher Columbus in 1492 was the largest?
Well, I'm not going to ask you the options because there's only 3. It was the Nina, Pinta, and Santa Maria. The Nina, the Pinta, the Santa Maria.
That's
Thinking of the Rage Against the Machine song. I'll go Santa Maria. Final answer.
Question number 3. Identify the artist whose 2025 album, Second Line Sunday, is both a tribute to motherhood and the rich tapestry of New Orleans music culture.
You know, Margie, you got me. I'll take the. I'll take the options.
I thought you might want those options.
Yeah.
And those options are Grace Kelly, Duke Ellington, or Trombone Shorty.
Trombone Shorty. Final answer.
Give me that trombone. All right, question 4. Can you tell us the 4th most popular pasta shape nationally according to 2025 report from Fox News?
The 4th.
The 4th. And asterisk here says should be easy for Italians.
Wow. The 4th, huh?
Mm-hmm. Not the 5th or the 3rd.
Mm-hmm. Well, a lot of people like angel hair, so I don't know if that'll be the 4th. I sure love a good penne because it holds the sauce. The 4th. You know what? I'm gonna narrow this down. If I hear the one I was thinking of, I'll go with it.
Okay.
Can I have the options?
Is it elbows, angel hair, or penne?
Oh no. I was thinking penne. I'll go penne. Final answer.
Okay.
Wow.
Let's go over these. Let's start right there. Can you tell us the 4th most popular pasta shape nationally, according to a 2025 report from Fox News? Without the options, Steven said bow tie.
Oh, okay.
With the options, Anthony said penne.
After listing 2 of the 3.
Answer is
elbows.
Elbows.
Penne's got to be.
It's got to be up there.
Yeah. It's got to be.
Elbows about a solid 4.
Yeah.
All right, so 0-0. Let's go to question 3. Identify the artist whose 2025 album, Second Line Sunday, is both a tribute to motherhood and the rich tapestry of New Orleans music culture. Steven, with the option, said Grace Kelly. Anthony, with the option, said Trombone Shorty. Answer is
It's Trombone Shorty.
Trombone frigging Shorty.
It's out of New Orleans to me.
Oh, my goodness. All right. 1-0, Anthony, after 2. Okay. Question 2. Which of the 3 expeditionary vessels used by Christopher Columbus in 1492 was the largest? Stephen went for the options. Settled on Santa Maria. Anthony, without the options, said the Santa Maria. Answer is
Santa Maria.
Santa Maria. Question 1. The great Catherine O'Hara's Hollywood breakthrough came in Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. What was her character's name in that 1988 film directed by Tim Burton? Stephen, with the option, said Barbara Maitland. Anthony, with the options, said Delia Dietz. Answer is
Delia Dietz.
Stephen.
You have chosen poorly.
You lose. Not today. Stephen, Anthony got you 4-1 today in random.
That was tough.
Yeah, it's tough, Anthony, too. Stephen actually, as the wheel was spinning, I don't know if he tried to mess with the wheel. He said, no, I really want random this time. And the wheel gave him random.
I think he wanted it.
I think he did, too.
Did you want it?
I thought it would be interesting, and it just turned out to be way harder than I could have ever imagined.
Sure. Yeah.
It's like that sometimes.
Yeah,
But it was an enjoyable experience.
Randoms are tough. Nice job, Steven. We appreciate you, man. Thanks for listening. Thank you for playing.
Thanks for having me.
All right, man.
All right, take care, Steven.
Take care, Steven. Steven, nice guy. Probably not getting past Marsh.
Good job, Anthony.
Yeah, thank you.
Marsh ate his soul.
Random, too?
Look at you go.
Look at you.
I'm still on over Trombone Shorty.
Trombone
I knew you were going to pick that, too, because it's so out of whack.
Right.
And with the way your process, it's like, well, the outliers drew good old trombone here.
Let's do that.
And it was.
I did that the other day with the basketball one. Who was that?
That was Gail.
No, Gail Goodrich.
Instead of Jerry West or Will Chamberlain. What the hell, man?
Who puts Gail Goodrich in something, you know?
Hey, a little respect to Gail.
No doubt. Absolutely. Yeah. Yep, definitely.
High scoring player on that team.
As we know. As we know now. Okay, Marsh, are you lining up those Bet the Board contestants?
Yes,
Do you have them?
Yeah, Lori will be our
Okay.
first draftee.
Excellent. Marsh, can I give away some Blues passes, or you want to hold off on that? I don't want to jack you up on the old text line.
Why don't we hold off on that?
Yeah, you got it, man.
Hold up.
Problem.
Unless Ryder's really wanting to.
No, I think Ryder's okay. He's all good. He gave me the 2 thumbs up because you know what? Actually, I'm looking down. We got Prove Me Wrong, so we can't be mixing up Prove Me Wrong with the Blues access tickets. Yeah, it is. Prove Me Wrong. Text in 314-399-9646, the Air Comfort Service text line. You got a statement that you want one of us to prove wrong? Well, send it in next on 101 ESPN.
Prove me wrong, kids. Prove me wrong.
Before we get to Prove Me Wrong, we have Lori on the line. She has the first overall pick for the month of February in Bet the Board, where Jamie, no doubt, will win it.
Thank you.
Lori, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you.
Thanks for listening. Would you like, for Bet the Board, would you like Marsh, Carey, Jamie, or me?
So I have to tell you, the last time I played, I was third, and the choices were Andrew and Jamie. I chose Andrew. Jamie won.
Of course, naturally.
But the bottom line is I'm a born and raised forever Pittsburgh girl, so I'm going to go with Carey.
Oh, nice. Carey Davis.
Lori, I will do my best to not let you down, and we will make sure
I
that...
appreciate it.
Gotcha.
Nice. All right, well, I'm glad you got the first pick and you got an opportunity to go with a Pittsburgh Steeler.
Repeat third again.
Me too. Carey, you're due, too.
It is the due factor. It's been a while. It's been a long time.
You got this.
Thank you.
Can we get a here we go?
Sure. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go.
Yes.
Thanks, Lori.
Okay, thank you, guys.
Take care. All right, so CD is off the board. Lori as CD for the month of February.
Thank you.
Did you didn't hit yours last night?
I missed it by half a damn point. Cade Cunningham fouling a 3-point shooter. Hey, by 5. I got 3.5. Hey, what the hell are you doing, man? There's 5 seconds left. Let him shoot the damn ball. Put a hand up. He gonna miss it. Hit my damn bet the board. Why the hell would you foul him?
He's competitive, Carey.
For what?
He's competitive.
You ain't gonna lose the game.
He doesn't have an off switch, that guy.
You never foul a 3-point shooter? Oh, my God. This is ridiculous.
Mine went the other way. I had SMU plus 1.5. NC State missed 2 free throws in the final seconds, and SMU lost by 1. So your half point went to me.
Oh, my gosh.
All right, Marsh.
Yes.
Judge Marsh. Let's get to Prove Me Wrong. We got some serious business to attend to.
All right, from the 618, Prove Me Wrong. A 6-man rotation for the Redbirds would be the best way to develop and protect their young arms while also allowing plenty of runway to let them flourish.
No, you got to listen. I understand the idea behind it, but you got to make sure that you are on a routine that eventually you're going to be on. So when it comes to a 5-day cycle or when you're taking your bullpen sessions, you're trying to develop big leaguers here. You're not trying to develop a 6-man rotation for the long haul. Understand it, but to me, there's still too many flaws, and you want to make sure that you got these young arms on a proper schedule, so that someday, Marsh, you start dominating some faces in a typical 5-man rotation.
Yeah,
agreed.
I agree.
Yeah, this one's difficult, right? Because I see both sides of the coin. But
course,
Anthony, you said some good things there. Repetition, getting in a groove.
When you go to
what's that?
when you go to flip the switch, then what? They're only used to 6-man rotation.
Yeah, right. Thank you, Judge.
That was
I
a tough
forgot what
one.
we were doing.
Yeah, you were looking at me
I was
like...
going to be like, that sounds like a...
Carey almost blew the whole case.
I was like,
that
you
makes
got
a lot
young
of
players.
sense, yeah.
You usually start the season off with a 6-man round. It makes perfect sense.
Dude, when you were looking at me, I'm like,
what are we doing?
I'm so confused. Jesus.
Carey, do prove me wrong.
Gotcha. I'm here now.
All right, from the 314, Prove Me Wrong. SLU has a better chance of making the Sweet 16 this year than the Blues do making the playoffs next year.
It's a completely different year next year. I mean, the road for SLU is going to be very difficult. You got a great team right now in the A-10. They're playing outstanding. But this Blues team, man, they are something to watch, right? They got a lot of good guys that are going to return healthy, and I think the injury bug has really kind of hampered this team in a way that most people would not understand. When you're dealing with this many injuries to this many key players, it brings the morale down. It brings down the ability to do all of the things that you do well. And I think maybe not this year, but you said next year. Next year, when they're whole and ready to play and got all of their guys, everybody has another year under them. I think SLU has been doing outstanding, but these St. Louis Blues, when healthy, are going to be a fun team to watch. It's been the injuries, man. It's the injury bug.
I gotta disagree.
Oh, man.
Gotta disagree. Carey, you made a great point.
You did good.
I was trying.
You did the best you could.
Upstream, you
No
did
doubt
good.
about it.
This team was bad before they started getting injured.
Yeah, I was hoping you didn't remember that, you know?
I try to forget, Carey.
Yeah.
We try to forget. It's a tough one. All right, let's see if you guys can answer this one.
Oh, no.
From the 636, prove me wrong, the NFC South will not be one of the top 3 divisions in all of football next year.
Are you kidding me? Do we not pay attention to how competitive it was a year ago with 3 teams finishing in first place? Brand new leadership and direction in Atlanta under Kevin Stefanski. Michael Penix likely ready for week 1. You saw that defense last year. Pretty dang good. Tyler shooking all over the place. Mm-hmm. Second half of the season, pretty good. You know, Judge, I was looking at a publication the other day that redid the drafts. You know where Tyler Shook went?
I did see that.
Second overall.
Yeah, did see that.
Yeah. So you see what Tyler Shook can bring to the table, and that's going to be Kellen Moore's worst team in New Orleans. Carolina actually made the playoffs.
They did.
Yeah.
Under Dave Canales, looking pretty good themselves. Got a lot of young pieces offensively, and that defense was playing well. And if Tampa winds up being kind of the one where you're like,
New OC?
I don't know. But still, with Tampa, with all the success they have had, there's divisions much, much worse than the NFC South.
Anthony, make some decent points.
Thank you, Judge.
This is what it must be like to try and represent a serial killer.
Yeah. Who told me beforehand that he did it.
And told the judge.
I should have pled insanity there or whatever. Mistrial.
All right, prove me wrong from Bill and Ted on Broadway. Major League Baseball has the best all-star game of the Big Four.
Which one does?
Major League Baseball.
The best, huh? Jamie, tell them about hockey.
Well, we act like this is the best, but first of all, they have how many players at each position? For first, guys they play an inning and a half. Is that what it is? Something like that.
You barely see your favorite players.
You barely play. The pitchers, some of them show up and don't pitch. They choose not to pitch. They just stand there and watch. Mm-hmm. So what's the point in picking them if they're not going to be a part of it? The NHL at least has rules. If you're picked and you don't play, you get suspended.
Yeah.
Baseball's like, we're good. I'm in the third day of my rotations. I'm going to sit this one out, do a little elbow stiffness.
Yeah, you can continue to not care.
Yeah, and then you got your star player. So let's say Shohei Ohtani. What do you have, 1 at bat last year in the All-Star game?
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. We're done. No, you can't check the facts. Good.
He's checking.
Point is,
Judge,
you don't
wasn't
see
his point.
My point is, it's not the number of at bats. It's you barely see them. And that's what I don't like. And then I also don't like that each team has to have a representative.
He had 2 at-bats.
Son of a...
2 at-bats. Actually,
but you stop listening.
Came up with 1 hit, 1 run.
You stop
1.5 hits on runs, RBI.
Because then I said, my point isn't the at-bats. It was more the innings played.
Where was our fact checker on that?
We didn't need it. That wasn't my point.
Details matter. You guys know this. Even Carey knows this now.
I know it now.
Don't say that.
Yeah.
I do know.
Carey didn't even know what game we're playing.
I definitely didn't know what that we were about.
Well, gentlemen, it was a tough day at the old courtroom.
Yeah, a lot of people went to jail. Oh, well, hey, we got paid anyway.
Jeez Louise.
Does apply. He's right.
Oh, man.
All right. That's Prove Me Wrong, which we didn't today. Here on 101 ESPN.
Judge picked some tough ones.
Hey, I'm looking at the cases.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you picked some tough ones,
you
buddy.
you did very well.
It's fine.
You did very well. I don't think you heard me on the old NFC South.
I know you did.
I heard you, Anthony. Heard you loud and clear.
A lot worse divisions than that. You got your AFC North.
What?
Your NFC East.
Okay, there's 2.
And
We'll see if you know what.
And of course your
Sell me right
your
now.
AFC East. Come on, get the Bills and that's it. Patriots aren't going to do this again next year.
They're in the Super Bowl.
You didn't listen to me. Whose side are you on?
Jesus, just stop talking.
Please. Whose side are you on?
I'm on your side. Patriots, not repeating. Nope.
The Dolphins and Jets, that's two of the teams in that division.
I mean, that alone should bring that division down.
Thank you.
To the bottom tier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. How important is it to have the head coach and QB be on the same page? Well, obviously it's critical, but one example of a new head coach and his current quarterback may make that point even more relevant. Next on 101 ESPN.
Johnny Lundoff Chevrolet family has been in business for over 80 years, and that's not by mistake. They are offering great deals all the time over at Londoff, and the customer service has been incredible for all of those years. And the Rivers family, we're all Londoff Chevrolet buyers. That's right. I've been in buying cars from Johnny Londoff Chevrolet for over 25 years. Now my kids are buying cars, and we just love everything that they got going on over there. And they got the original location in Florissant, Missouri. It's the OG. Lots of great inventory over there. And now they've got the new Londoff Autoplex located out in St. Peters, right off of Highway 70. Jim Saffo's running that one. They do a fantastic job as well. Their service department is state-of-the-art. Anything you need to be taken care of, they can help you out with that. And they love seeing you drive off the lot one of their vehicles. And they always tell you, hey, your first oil change coming up, make sure you come back here, because they want your car to stay working perfectly for you, because they care about you. They treat you like family, which is rare in some occasions. So please stop by either location. Tell them Jamie Rivers sent you in. They love hearing that. If you can't get there in person, get there online. Visit Londoff.com or LondoffAutoplex.com. Are you kidding me?
Johnny Londoff Chevrolet.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. Nick Bjugstad was traded to the New Jersey Devils earlier today for forward Thomas Bordeleau and a conditional 2026 fourth-round draft pick. The Blues are in action tonight, taking on the Dallas Stars. Pregame for that one starts at 7:30. Puck drop is at 8:30. We'll also talk with Joe Vitale at 5:30, so stay tuned for that. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center Update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh and Carey Davis and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Carey, you had noted this when Todd Monken was introduced for the Browns head coach. He talked a lot about Shedeur Sanders. We'll get to that in a second because it kind of ties into kind of the big picture in the NFL right now. But we do have Evan on the line, who's our second contestant for Bet the Board. What's up, Evan?
What's going on, guys? How are we doing today?
Yeah, we're doing great, man. Appreciate you listening. Thanks for playing in February for Bet the Board. So Lori had the first pick, and she chose CD. Who would you like to go with? Marsh, Jamie, or me?
I'll go with Jamie.
Yeah, I don't blame you on that one.
Let's go, baby.
Jamie, a 12-time champion.
You just made that up.
Like the Patriots.
Consecutive.
Like the Patriots.
Yeah, I still wouldn't make the Hall of Fame, though.
No, probably not. And you
Not
know
the first ballot.
And you know why. Evan, good luck to you, man.
I do.
Thanks, guys.
See you, Evan.
See you, Evan. Thank you. All right, so Lori chose CD. Evan chose Jamie.
This is a false statement.
Carey, you were saying about the...
You're supposed to say allegedly.
Todd Monken.
Yeah,
Shedeur Sanders.
I was looking at the Browns posted on their social media the introduction of Todd Monken when he became the head coach and his meeting of Shedeur Sanders, and it just felt vastly different than what was alleged between his relationship and Kevin Stefanski, the previous coach, right? Todd Monken mentioned, hey, man, we were trying to draft you last year. He was at the OC of the Baltimore Ravens. They actually did attempt to draft Shedeur, and Shedeur, respectfully declined being drafted because he did not want to be Lamar Jackson's backup for the next however many number of years. He felt that there were better opportunities out there. Cleveland ended up being one of those opportunities, and he was named the starting quarterback. So it seemed to be the right decision for him, but the way that Todd Monken kind of was appreciative of Shedeur Sanders and his athletic ability, his skill set, it just kind of it just made me think about how important is that for your head coach to actually believe in you as the quarterback? Because we've seen scenarios where coaches get to a place, they may or may not believe in that specific quarterback. They may be looking for their own guy, and it doesn't go well. This last season, like I said, Kevin Stefanski, it feels like Shedeur was kind of thrusted onto him, and maybe even we talked about the Vikings as well. Maybe that situation was similar also. Like, you have some instances where quarterbacks and head coaches, if they're not on the same page, it can go really bad. And I thought about Brian Flores and Tua Tagovailoa, how that relationship just went south and went left really quickly, leading to Brian Flores eventually being fired, and Tua Tagovailoa like, yeah, I'm glad he's out of here. So how important do you think that is, not the offensive coordinator, but the head coach specifically, to believe in the guy that is under center?
I think it's paramount. I think it's huge. I mean, like you said, with Brian Flores in Miami, he didn't want Tua Tagovailoa. Apparently, he wanted Justin Herbert, and the Dolphins would have been better off with that combination. But I've always said that you need to marry the quarterback with the offensive system. In Todd Monken's case, Todd Monken is the offense coordinator and the head coach and the play caller. So it's vital that he wanted Shedeur Sanders. If not, you saw what happened last year with Stefanski.
Yeah.
Kevin Stefanski didn't want Shedeur Sanders.
It seemed that way. He won't say it. He even mentioned, in his press conference with the Falcons, wish Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur the best. Both of those young men have bright futures.
Yeah.
The coach speak, what you're supposed to say. But your actions, as you were the head coach, seemed to show that you did not want Shedeur Sanders on your team, damn sure not on your field.
No, and you kind of got that sense too with they brought in Joe Flacco. He gave Joe Flacco the job.
Yeah.
The GM traded Joe Flacco.
Said you can't play him.
It reminds me of Moneyball.
Yep.
Which Jamie, I'm sure you're thinking of now too, where it's like, Hatterberg starting at first night. No, it's Pena. Well, you can't. Pena just got traded to the Tigers, right? Or when Mo traded Alan Craig. Mike Matheny kept playing Alan Craig, and Mo wanted to see the late Oscar Taveras. So Mo, in part, shipped Alan Craig up to Boston.
Yeah.
Like what it did there, Jamie?
Yes. Shipping up to Boston.
There, nailed it. So he wanted Joe Flacco, traded Joe Flacco. Okay, well, I'm going to go with the guy then that I wanted more, which would be Dylan Gabriel, who got hurt and stunk. And he was kind of forced into playing Shedeur Sanders. That's not good for anybody. That's not good for Stefanski. Certainly not good for Sanders.
Not good for the team either.
Not good for the team. Should Stefanski have handled the situation better? Sure. But at that point, you're like, I don't want Deshaun Watson. Right. You traded for him. Try to make it work. Yeah. It didn't. And it's just been a big mess. So, CD, long story short, yes, I completely agree. I think it's vital for the head coach to want the QB. Look at the two head coaches in this year's Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. Two defensive guys. McDonald loves Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
Saw what Sam Darnold was last year. He's like, man, he was tough. He was tough for me as a defensive guy to scheme against. Vrabel, in part, took the Patriots' job, in part, because Drake May was there. Loved Drake May. It's huge.
Yeah.
Even if you don't believe that guy's going to be your starting quarterback, what is the advantage of coming in and posturing against a certain player? There's no advantage of that.
Yeah.
Now, Shedeur might be his starter, or he may not be. Mm-hmm. But now Shedeur Sanders had a good first encounter. He's going to go to work. He's going to get the playbook. He's going to put in the reps. There's no advantage to having a disgruntled player because he feels like he has no chance with the coach.
Mm-hmm.
It's just bad. It's bad leadership, bottom line. And and if Shedeur is the guy, then his confidence is going to rise quicker with someone who he believes actually likes him and believes in him as a player.
Yeah.
So there's no advantage to the Kevin Stefanski model on this one in that situation.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Rod Stewart. Shipping it up to Boston.
Oh man.
No.
Anthony, go to break.
Blame the water boy.
He needs time to recover.
Blame the water boy.
Okay. All right. Can Jordan Walker be fixed under Bloom's watch? I think Jordan Walker might have a better shot than our guy Carey Davis being fixed after that comment. Jordan Walker.
Pretty bad.
His future under Bloom next on 101 ESPN. right, before we talk about Jordan Walker, we're going to talk to Jonathan, who's got the third pick in our February Bet the Board draft. What's up, Jonathan?
A whole lot. What's going on?
Not much. Appreciate you joining us, man. Thank you for playing in Bet the Board in the month of February. So here's the deal. Lori selected Carey with the first pick. Evan selected Jamie with the second pick. That leaves you with Marsh or me. Who would you like to be paired up with?
I think I'm going to go with the second average Joe, Marshy.
All right. There you go.
Nice.
Marsh off the board. All right, Jonathan, you're paired up with Andrew Marsh for February.
All right, sounds good.
All right, man.
One more thing. I'm all the way here from Indiana.
Nice.
So, can I give a shout out to my Hoosiers?
Yeah. Congrats. Yeah.
Congratulations.
National champs, man. Way to go. Did you go there?
No, I just
You thought about it.
I grew up and my dad was I didn't realize I wasn't allowed to root for any other college team when I was growing up. So it was Indiana. It was Bob Knight. So
wow.
Well done.
Okay. Well, you've been waiting a while then.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations.
Well deserved.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, and good luck.
All right.
Good luck to you
All right,
and Marsh in February.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
That's Jonathan here in the Fast Line on 101 ESPN. All right, Jordan Walker. Kind of a big season for Jordan Walker. No longer is the guy who drafted him, or one of the key cogs who drafted him, no longer in the front office. Now, of course, it's Chaim Bloom. Before we dive into the conversation, here's Harold Reynolds and Matt Vasgersian.
Matt Vasgersian.
Matt Vasgersian.
Also loves saying Santa Maria.
Santa Maria.
Yeah.
Here's these guys on MLB Network on Jordan Walker.
To me, I think this is the sad tale of not doing what got you there. Get there with what you could do, and now change you. You know, the guy was hitting 275, and they sent him down and said, you're hitting too many grounders. Instead of letting the power come like most people do, and a guy his size, the power is going to come. So I look at this like an organizational flaw. I still fault the Cardinals. I really do. I think they took a prospect and messed him up. So hopefully he now has had a chance in a year or two to gather himself, find out who he is, and go play. Because that spring training, he had 10 home runs. He tore up baseball. We thought he was going to be the greatest thing ever. At age 20, he gets to the big leagues playing well, and they decide to change it. It can't happen.
Well, he's going to get every opportunity now.
Yes.
Right? The young guys are going to get every chance to play in St. Louis.
So, Carey, I know you have said that for a long time.
I've always said that.
Yeah. Can I provide the counter?
Sure.
Okay. He gets sent down.
Mm-hmm.
So the Cardinals immediately they mess him up. We all remember the quotes from Jordan Walker that same year because we celebrated the young kid. We said, "Hey, man, yeah, stick it to the Cardinals. Do what got you there." So he changed back, right? So comes back up and he still struggles.
His first year?
Yep.
So his first year he had, how many hits did he have? Do we remember? I'm looking it up now.
My point is he went down.
He did.
He listened to him for 7 minutes, and then he decided, I'm going to go back to doing what got me here. We celebrated it, and he still hasn't developed.
He had 116 hits in his first season.
Okay.
He had 16 home runs.
Mm-hmm.
His batting average was 276, OPS 787.
All right, so fixed, right? He fixed himself. Okay.
I think what happens is, like, professional sports is more psychological than it is your athletic ability. Everybody can play. Like, you don't make it to be a professional hockey player, a professional football player, NBA, Major League Baseball. You don't make that because you're not good.
Sure.
Like, you're damn good. You're really the best of the best. Like, everybody that you played with growing up that was not able to make, some of them maybe could have, maybe some circumstances happened.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, you're the elite of the elite. So athleticism and talent is not an issue. Otherwise, you wouldn't be there. You wouldn't have gotten that far.
Yeah.
The psychological process of the yo-yo going up and down. Oh, you need to work on this. Oh, you need to do this. And that was Harold Reynolds, if I'm not mistaken, that said he was hitting the ball, albeit on the ground. Mm-hmm. But the power eventually comes. And I was listening to, I think it was Keith Law on with BK and Ferrario last week or earlier this week, one or the other. He talked about the taller players taking longer to really find where their strike zone is. If you're 6'6", 6'7", Aaron Judge comes to mind. Like, when you're a taller player, your strike zone is vastly different, obviously, from a Jose Altuve or someone that's 5'11" or 6 feet. Like, it takes time to figure out the sweet spot for you and what is a strike and what isn't a strike for your body type. So when you couple all of those, and those things come, learning that comes with experience. Mm-hmm. Like having umpires that are pretty consistent. I would assume, I've never played professional baseball a day in my life yet, but I would assume the umpires at the major league level are more consistent than at the minor league level, because also that's how you move up, correct? Sure. So with all of that being said, if you're a player that is hitting the ball and you're smoking the damn ball, but somebody is saying, well, you're hitting it on the ground too much, it's going through. Eventually, I'm going to get to the level where you all want it to be. And I do believe that the fixing of Jordan Walker probably was more detrimental in that time frame. Now, we're a few years removed from that. So can that still be an excuse? Probably not, because you've had a couple of years to work on what you feel. And we also had Ali on this a couple of weeks ago now, where he mentioned that, like, Jordan's finding what works for him and what works for us. Because just because you want me to do something, that doesn't mean I'm able to do it physically. So what could have been asked of him may not be what naturally is what feels comfortable for him. Yeah. And if I'm not mistaken, and Jamie, you can refresh my memory, Ali said, Jordan is finding what's comfortable for him and what works for us. So we're all in this together, because if I'm asking you to do something that you naturally are unable, you ask me to run a 4.3, you gonna be pissed off that I don't run it? Yeah. That's on you. That ain't on me.
Run faster.
My body won't. Right. I give you a 4.5, and if I'm downhill with the wind behind my back, I run your 4.4. But 4.5 is gonna be top speed most days. Not now, but then. So when you're asking a player to do something that they're not comfortable or able to do, that's not the player's fault. That's your fault. Now, if you want to sustain success or stay in the league, he does have to adapt, and I think that that's what this offseason has been, and that's what this season has to be. It has to be about adapting and being able to play every single day. If not, you're not going to be on the roster, and you're not going to be in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, Carey, I agree. That back half of what you're saying was going to be, if you didn't get there, I was going to bring that up, because look, Harold Reynolds just flat out blaming the Cardinals. They screwed him up. Okay, maybe in year one. He can't lay off the outside slider. Wow. The opposing pitcher knows if he throws it to the dipping dots in section 305, my man is going to swing. Is going to take a big hack. Think about it. He's going to think he's at least the bat's is going to be in the zone at some point on that. That's not on the Cardinals. That's on Jordan Walker for not making adjustments. And I've never seen a great player be screwed up by an organization. I mean, a great player. So at some point, they've got to figure this out. Jordan Walker, if he wants to be a big leaguer long term, certainly has a skill set to do so, but he's got to train. We can't keep saying, hey, the damn Cardinals screwed him up in year one. How many years ago was that? Yeah. How many swings and misses at the outside slider in section 305 are we going to keep saying that? Like Harold Reynolds just flat out, that's a narrative. It's a crap narrative.
Well, one, it's a dumb statement, because when we did have Ollie on too, Carey, and you know this because Ollie flipped the script on me when I talked to him about it, just about Jordan Walker and young players not knowing how to be a pro yet and some of the things, whatnot. And Ollie didn't deny it. We had a little chat, and then he said, well, when did you know? Yeah. Turned on me. I'm like, well, it took me a while. It took me a few years. So he's like, he kind of was like, exactly. So
smart, Ollie.
Some of the things, no, it was great, because then you get a better understanding at that point, knowing that, okay, they're providing Jordan Walker with all these things. Everybody's looking at it as negatives. But at some point early in his career, Jordan Walker doesn't know what the steps are. He doesn't know how to be a pro yet. Yeah. And he's learning, and then once he learns, he has to apply it. So sometimes it takes certain players a little longer, and I think that's where we're at with Jordan Walker. To blame the organization, that's a weak narrative, because there are a lot of really good people, baseball people, smart baseball people. Can I suggest that maybe they sometimes are not always right? Yes, of course. But it's up to the player then to have a good rebuttal with his hard work, his training, and his studying to say, I think I'm more comfortable here than here.
Let's find common ground.
But
which
if the player's not putting the work in, just listening.
Right.
Do you feel more confident under this regime that he can figure it out as opposed to if, let's say, Mo and company were still in charge? Because it's somewhat of a fresh start for the organization.
I feel better by default because what was it wasn't working,
right?
And it's been 3 years now, so yes, by default. But the unknown at times is more intriguing than the known.
Yeah, I just wonder if we're all in the camp of, well, man, Chaim Bloom, everybody that he's bringing in, like, they can really develop all these players, and Jordan Walker's still a young guy.
Yeah,
if he can't do it, well, then maybe Jordan Walker is somewhat of a lost cause in Major League Baseball.
Sure. And you trade him to the Rays for pitcher you dumped 2 weeks later.
That's not.
What happened?
People are funny, man.
What happened?
So, go ahead.
Some advice. If you're on the text line and you want to go at any one of us and you want to critique a certain thing, like either, let's see, spelling or language or talking or pronunciations, you should probably have the right pronunciation as you're going at somebody. That's all. It's just some advice for, maybe somebody from the 618. I don't know. It could be that.
Work on yourself, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So
asks. Like, sometimes when I say ask, I say asks. Asks.
Yeah.
So this person says, your, not you are, your, like your shirt you're wearing, Anthony.
Yeah.
Not that intelligent.
No, you're not that unintelligent.
Unintelligent. Oh, excuse me.
It's a double negative there.
That's even worse.
Guys, let's take it easy because we might hadn't a 10-year listener after this conversation.
We won't haven't a 10-year listener after this.
I got an email on that one time.
Did you?
Yeah. Have I read it in 2026?
I don't think
you have. Yeah.
Patrick?
Well, now it'd be an 11-year
Patrick
listener,
H.
right? 11-year
he's not listening anymore.
Guys,
I guess you're right.
This was almost.
Was it almost a year ago?
It was March 1st.
Wow.
You got to read it on March 1st.
I'll wait.
Yeah, you got to read it on March 1st.
Every March 1st.
Every March 1st.
I read it.
Yeah. Well, actually, March 1st is on a Sunday this year.
We'll read it on March 2nd.
We'll read it on the 2nd. It'll be a full 365, right?
Do you want me to read it now, too? Or?
Save it. It's a special.
People
haven't listened. People haven't listened yet. They got to hear it. They got to hear this.
Tease.
Okay, good. All right.
A month and 2 months, a month away.
I'm glad I saved that.
Less than a month.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, boys.
Proud of you guys, man.
Proud of all of you guys.
Yeah. Proud of the Cardinals, too, and Jordan Walker.
Yeah, he's going to be a stud.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Biggest question of the day is next on 101 ESPN.
Fastlane's biggest question of the day. Presented by Banner Construction, the experts in James Hardy siding.
5:06, your time check brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Before we get to the biggest question of the day, we got Brandon on the line. Brandon, you and I are going to be paired up in February, man.
Sounds good.
I hope that's all right. I might not be the one that you wanted, but I'm the one you're saddled with, and we can get it done, all right?
I listened to you on the spread zone. I've got confidence in you.
Hey, I appreciate you. Thanks, Brandon. Appreciate you listening. We also dropped a new episode today, a Super Bowl episode, in fact. Got 2 different episodes for the spread zone. So, Brandon, hope you check it out, and maybe you win some coin this weekend.
And if he doesn't, can he blame you guys personally?
Oh, sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Just wondering.
Yeah.
For a friend.
Brandon, thank you for listening, and thank you for playing at the board.
All right, thank you.
All right, there we go, Brandon.
You tell the people your new name now? So you got a new name for, you made a transition.
Yeah.
On his name.
On his name.
I thought transitioned.
Yeah, nothing more than that, Jamie.
Yeah.
Nothing more than that.
Thought I noticed.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was having a pretty good year early on, and then the second half of the football season, things got away from me, and I just had it. I said, Anthony Stalter's is gone.
That's it?
It's Tony Stalter.
Wow.
Tony Stalter goes in the laboratory. And since I said that, McKernan's got Tim McKernan, who does the show with us, and Riz, he's got the stats on it, stats and facts.
Oh, wow.
Since I went with the old Tony Stalter alter ego.
Do you wear, like, the glasses? Or
No.
Do you just come in dressed as Anthony,
Yeah.
but you kind of morph into Tony?
Yeah, just declare it like...
When you sit down? You need you some glasses, man. You need some big glasses, the cool glasses.
Yeah. Anyways, 10 and 3. 10 and 3 since Tony Stalter took over.
Tony.
Yeah.
Do you not like being called Tony? Why not?
My mother was always like, "You're not a Tony, you're an Anthony."
So she didn't like.
She's an Italian woman. She
wasn't going for it.
If I pissed her off, things happen. So yeah, just went with Anthony. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
How
So
did
there
you
you
feel
go.
about Antonio?
That was always my Espanol name.
Tone?
That's what my buddies always called me. Stone.
Tone Loke?
Wow
thing.
Wow thing. I like Tone Loke.
He was great.
He was. He was in that. He was in that documentary.
He was.
About the dolphin?
About the Super Bowl and the Dolphins and the dolphin that got. Remember the dolphin that got stolen? And kidnapped, not stolen, kidnapped. And then Dan Marino also got kidnapped.
He did.
And then he came back at halftime. No idea what the score was.
Didn't
They
need to.
won. Everybody
Won the
knows
Bourbon
that.
Bowl.
No, that was the Mud Dogs.
Yeah, that's right. The Centennials won that one.
March, you got the biggest question of the day?
I certainly do. Certainly do. We were just talking about the Super Bowl in that one documentary. We have the Super Bowl coming up this Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday. Carey,
Yeah, we do.
You have played in a Super Bowl. My question is specifically for you. What will these two teams, the Seahawks and the Patriots, what will they experience on Super Bowl Sunday? What makes, obviously, this game is different. It's the championship game. But what makes this week so different?
I mean, the lead up to it is completely different from anything you've ever experienced. Like, you're going to... It's so much media, so much attention, so many different... Like, during a normal NFL week, you're in the locker room. You got the same kind of beat writers and media people that come in, during your media session, and you know who they are. You're familiar with them. You got sometimes it's one writer that asks silly questions to
Nailed
you.
it.
Thank you. And then sometimes, you get your serious reporters. But for me... The Super Bowl was like, it was just so much fanfare, so many different media outlets and media sessions. You would literally leave practice, and I think a couple of times we had to drive after our practice to a specific place to go have a media session. So it's different in terms of like the preparation, but when you get to the game week, you try to make it as normal as possible. Some of those things start to die down. But I was telling you all in the office, like for me, I was fine until like Ben, who had just won a Super Bowl a few years ago, and our team was full of guys that had already won.
Yeah.
So the experience and the conversations But Ben was like, oh, it's the same game, but, don't worry, it's millions of people watching. I'm like, oh, think about
Thanks,
that.
man.
And then I was telling Jamie, like, I was a kickoff returner, so right, 15, 20 minutes before kickoff, I started thinking about, damn, every Super Bowl I watched, just all these cameras flashing. Am I gonna see the ball? Like, that's all I was like, I hope this doesn't interfere, because normally you look up, you got the stadium lights. Yeah. But there aren't extra flashes going off.
Mm-hmm. Carey, they make a thing you can put under your eyes.
Yeah, I wore that all the time. It was cool.
Just in case you weren't aware of that.
Yeah, thank you. But it was it was a really good experience. The flashes didn't bother me. We were able to get the kickoff secured.
You've done just fine.
Done just fine, man. It was fun though. It was awesome. It was an awesome experience. It's a lifelong, a memory that you'll never be able to forget.
When did you feel like you settled in and you stopped thinking about all of the...
After the kickoff.
Okay.
Like, once the ball was kicked.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I caught the opening kickoff. It was fine. Like, it was like, or maybe I didn't, and maybe that's why it was fine. I don't remember. But either way, it was fine once that opened the kickoff. Now we're playing football.
Yeah.
And, it's a back and forth game, but you do know what's on the line. It's not like a regular season loss. Mm-hmm. It's like, if you lose this one, man, it's over. Mm-hmm. So when Larry Fitzgerald caught that pass and ran down the heart of our defense, I was like, oh, that's bad. That's not good. But we were able to finish the game with a win.
Yeah, you were.
Oh, I feel like
that was a great one.
In these types of games, like like what is that moment like when you're like, I have zero impact on what happens on defense. I have zero control.
You trust your defense. Like, for us, we had an outstanding defense, one of the best defenses statistically in the NFL that year. And they were kind of chasing the 2000 Ravens for some of the statistics that they had that they were able to match and trying to pass them on. So they were outstanding. So I didn't have any issues or any concerns. I don't think any of us, like when Larry Fitzgerald caught that touchdown, first thing we thought, oh, too much time. Like, we got plenty of time left. A couple minutes left. We get a 2-minute drill going. We're going to finish the game with a win. And then defense goes back out there. We knew they were going to get the ball back or get us the ball back. So it was all good.
That was a great game.
That was an awesome game. Yeah, especially the end of halftime too.
Oh yeah, with
the interception.
That was wild.
I thought the game was over at that point. I thought you guys were winning that game. I'm like, I don't know. I feel like that's a huge momentum swing.
We were going to win until Larry Fitzgerald just took off, man. I tell you that. I ain't never seen him run that damn fast. I didn't know he was that fast. But when Ike Taylor couldn't catch him, I was like, oh, man, this dude can run.
Who do you think out of the quarterbacks is under the most pressure in this Super Bowl? You have Sam Darnold. We know his story, right? He can basically complete this comeback story for what we've seen throughout his entire career. Then you have Drake May, who is a young quarterback, second year. But the guy before him, not directly before him, but the guy who basically put the Patriots on the map, Tom Brady, is the dude in New England. Can he live up to Tom Brady in his legacy, essentially? Do you think Drake May is under that type of pressure? Is anybody talking about that?
Wow. Yeah, I think Drake May is probably under more pressure because he's
Sam Darnold?
Yeah, he's the youngster. That's a good question. I mean, they're obviously both playing in their first Super Bowl. But Sam Darnold has already, I don't want to say he's playing with house money, but he was already labeled a bust. Everybody kind of thought, okay, he's done. He's the next in line of, USC quarterbacks that were selected in the top 5 and never did anything. And he's been doubted. Last year, I mean, Marsh, you're well aware of the narratives. There wasn't this big outrage when the Vikings decided to move on from him. There really wasn't. You may say now, you look back and like, oh, well, we should have just kept them.
Yeah,
I'm not saying you.
Hindsight's 2020.
But there wasn't this big outrage. Like, oh, it's J.J. McCarthy's team now. And so he winds up in Seattle, tucked away, and now he's in the Super Bowl. I don't know. There's something that feels like he's playing with house money. By the way, it was Gary Russell who got this.
It was. I looked it up.
Yeah.
G. Russ. That's why I wasn't nervous.
Yeah.
I had to catch it. I was like, whew, okay, G. Russ, you take it out block.
It looks like they got the full game on.
I did catch the last one, before I caught the one before the final drive. So I was the returner for that one.
So they're showing. So it was NBC had the game that year, and they flash over, and Big Ben is standing next to you on the sidelines. They got you. They got you on camera there. You caught the last one, huh? Before the Santonio Holmes touchdown.
That drive.
What was the return?
Probably like 24 yards.
That's a good return.
Did you have 24?
Maybe 12. I don't recall.
You set him up well, Carey.
I did. Let me see.
Anything less than that, who knows? Maybe you don't win.
That's true. Let's see here. I'm gonna laugh when it's Gary Russell again, and you in your mind just
it was 21 yards.
You just replaced it.
It was 21 yards.
All right, I'm watching it right now.
Neil Rackers kicked it to me, my former teammate.
Carey, right? Yep. All right, here we go.
Give us the play. No,
he's to the 20. It was 20. He was 22.
It was 20.
21, 22 yards. Nice job, Carey.
Yeah.
Secured it, popped up.
I was in my mind. I'm like, I'm gonna break this thing.
You're gonna win this damn Super Bowl.
You damn well better believe it. I had to sign that paperwork to say if I won the Super Bowl MVP, what I'd say.
Really?
Yeah, we all did. Like, so before the game, everybody has to sign. No, it's all the same thing. Like, you have to. What? The hell are you confusing me? What are you asking?
What line did you pick to say?
You all have to say I'm going to Disney World.
Why?
That's what the paperwork. That's what it signs. What it says.
You can't pick your own?
Hell no.
That'd be fun.
You can't go to Disneyland.
No, I don't think so. But we all had to sign it. We all had
to Universal Studios.
If you win the Super Bowl,
did they give you money?
Yeah, you get a bunch. You get all this stuff.
In St. Louis, meet me there. I'm going to the Hill. I'm going to get the fourth best pasta.
Elbows.
All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. By the way, we got the game. So for some reason you're driving around and you absolutely need to listen. Maybe you're working that day. Maybe you're a truck driver. You're working. All right, we got the game for you.
The Super Bowl?
Yeah,
Super Bowl 43.
Yeah.
What game? Do you think
this
one? Super Bowl Blues.
Let it go.
Got that one too.
Or this one, the Cardinals Steelers.
Super Bowl's good.
And now Vince Lombardi takes a trip on the mine train.
All right, yeah, Super Bowl pregame, 11 a.m., kickoff at 5:30. Have you guys ever watched the full pregame?
Hell no.
For what?
The Super Bowl?
Jamie is not even here.
What? I am.
Yeah, we've been talking about the Super Bowl for the last 15 minutes.
I know. What's your problem?
You asked him for what? He said, have you ever watched the pregame? Like, for what?
Okay, coming from Prove Me Wrong over here.
Oh, it's known that neither one of us listened.
I was listening, then I thought he was talking, I thought he was running the board, and I got confused. And because he's like, actually, we got if you have nothing to do. I was like,
oh, you thought it was something about the Blues.
Do we have the game tonight?
I didn't say that.
Yeah, of course we got the Blues and Stars.
I thought it was something else.
Ah, okay.
He definitely. What are you doing for the? You get some time off
for what?
For the Olympic break.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna relax, stay away. You're gonna watch some Olympic hockey.
He's out of here.
Yeah, I'm out of here.
Where are you going?
Cancun.
I'm coming with you.
Yeah, please do.
I'm coming.
Merrier.
Let's go.
Anthony, you too. Come on, Marshy. Everybody grabbed their significant other. Let's make a trip out of this thing.
Yeah.
I only got us one room, but that's fine with a tight-knit group.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
You know, what could go wrong?
Yeah, a lot. All right. Where's my rundown?
Bet the board, Anthony.
No, you bet the board, Marsh.
It's got to be bet the board.
Let's
at this
do
point.
bet the
You
board.
screwed up the clock.
You know he hates that.
I know.
He takes pride in being on time and on clock.
But it was Marshy who whispered in my ear.
He doesn't like when we're off, and because he feels like it is
my responsibility. I'm driving the show.
Yeah.
It's my responsibility.
So for you to bring it up, you kind of pissed him off.
Marshy was in my ear. He said,
What
can
did
you
he
get
say?
this guy to go, please?
Bet the board next on 101 ESPN. Jamie, I know you can't speak high enough for our guy Stewie. Same with me. It's unbelievable. Anytime I give Stewie a call about something, he gives me so much great advice. That, well, you do this, you do that. All of a sudden, he's typing on his computer. He's like, well, this is where we're at right now. I know you purchased a home, and the first call you made was to Stewie. Set you up with a loan that was going to be something that you can work with. And I know he calls you frequently and say, hey, now's the time to refi. Let's go. He does that for all his clients, too, not just you and I.
Well, Anthony, we know that with all these transactions, there can be a lot of paperwork to be done. And some people don't like to do paperwork, or they do it wrong.
Especially you.
You never know. Could be anybody. But Stewie makes sure you do it right. He gets all the paperwork done, walks you through it, shows you where to sign, tells you what you're signing. Heck, he'll even bring the paperwork to your home. He did that for me as well. So make him your first call, whether it's credit card, debt, refinancing, home purchase, or just any kind of financial question. Stewie's always there to help you, but you do have to call him or text him. His number's 314-324-4440.
Again, 314-324-4440.
Call our guy, text our guy. He's our guy, needs to be your guy. If you can't remember that,
you can always Google the Bagel Loan.
NMLS number 226715.
Before we get to Bet the Board, we have your shot to score a pair of tickets to the Sunset Hills Subaru Blues Alumni Experience at Mardi Gras next Saturday, February 14th in Soulard. The Blues Alumni Experience puts you in a heated tent right on the parade route with premium drinks, great food, live music, and most importantly, meet and greets with St. Louis Blues legends. Contest winners must be 21 and up. Find all the details and a bonus chance to win free passes to the Blues Alumni Experience at 101ESPN.com or the 101 mobile app.
I'll be there.
You'll be there.
I'll be
there.
there.
You go. Here's your trivia question. How many yards did Carey gain on the final kickoff return in the Steelers-Cardinals Super Bowl? We just told you. And if you're around a yard or two, that's fine. So how many yards did Carey gain on the kickoff, the last kickoff return in the Super Bowl that Santonio Holmes scored the game-winning touchdown on? Air Comfort Service text line 314-399-9646. All right, Marsh, bet the board.
Yeah, I believe.
No, Marsh.
I believe that we all did pretty well last night, except for Carey.
Cade Cunningham.
Okay, so I believe it's Jamie's.
The line moved.
Jamie's pick.
Son of a batch of biscuits.
Darn it.
Ooh, all right.
Jamie's vulnerable, guys. He's vulnerable right now.
No, give me the Edmonton Oilers on the money line, minus 135 in the Battle of Alberta. You don't like that one, Marshy?
Oh, he loved it.
That's
You
the
just
one
took
he
it
was
from
going
him.
for.
Did you want that one, Marshy?
Yep.
You want me to give it back to you?
Nope. I have a different one in mind.
Okay.
All right, Marshall.
Because I would have. I'm nice like that.
He's generous.
No chance.
I'm going to go with the Minnesota Wild money line over the Nashville Predators.
Pesky Preds are playing good, some say.
Yeah, well, they're playing a good team this time.
Oh, wow.
That's what I wanted. Minnesota. All right. Now I've got to pivot. Let's go with the over in the Sharks Avalanche. Over 6.5 goals. Sharks Avs. Let's roll.
Give me the Cleveland Cavaliers minus 1.5 on the alt spread line at minus 136.
Way to go, Carey.
Thank you.
All right. That's Bet the Board. We got to get to Joe Vitale. Will join us next. Talk a little Blues hockey here on 101 ESPN. I've been telling you about Underdog. Have you signed up yet? If not, now's the best time to do it because new customers score $75 in fantasy bonus entries when you make your first $5 fantasy entry. You got the big game coming up this weekend. You got Seahawks. You got Patriots. You got new promos dropping in the app daily. So if you're making entries and winning money, then Underdog's the best place to play the big game, right? And playing on Underdog, it's easy. Just choose whether or not certain players are going to go higher or lower in their stats. I keep giving out this one. It's one of my favorite plays. Drake May, lower than 225.5 passing yards. Tough matchup. Got the shoulder injury. I don't think he's going to throw it all over the place. I like Sam Darnold to go higher than 19.5 completions, and I like Stephon Diggs to go lower than 16.5 for longest reception. Again, it kind of ties in to the Drake May play. What are you waiting for? Download that app today. Use my promo code. When it pops up and asks for a promo code, just type in my first name, Anthony, to score $75 in fantasy bonus entries when you play your first $5 on fantasy. Again, that promo code, Anthony, at sign up. Underdog, make plays, win money. Must be 18 or older in present Missouri. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play. Get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concern with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncbgambling.org.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. Your Blues are back in action tonight, taking on the Dallas Stars. We'll have pregame for you starting at 7:30. Puck drop is at 8:30, and Joe Vitale is going to join us next. We'll dive into the trade today. Nick Bjugstad heading to New Jersey and preview tonight's game against the Stars. I'm Andrew Marsh, and this Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
We're talking everything St. Louis Blues as we head into the Blues booth on 101 ESPN. Presented by Boardwalk Hardwood Floors. Find your perfect new floor at boardwalkhardwood.com.
It's Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Let's head to the Collier and Thompson phone line. We're joined by Joe Vitale. We'll be on the call tonight. Blues and Stars pregame at 7:30 right here on 101 ESPN. Joe, how are you?
What's up, boys? How we doing?
Good. Joe, your reaction to the trade earlier today, Nick Bjugstad going to the New Jersey Devils. What's the big takeaway for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think that it was coming. You know, I wasn't surprised by it. You know, and you call your sixth sense, but, you know, Curbs and I, we were, you know, around the locker room this morning, and, you know, at the dad's trips, there's a lot going on, and I don't know, it's just the tone, you felt something was coming, you know, right? You didn't know if it was a trade, but the moods were down. You know, I heard Jim Montgomery talk, and he seemed not himself, you know, and talking to some of the players there, they didn't seem themselves, you know, so I think everyone kind of had a little bit of an idea what was either happening. I'm not sure if they know who. But you felt something coming, and so to me, it wasn't a surprise. And this is what happens. You know, it's the unfortunate part of the business. But a team that has, you know, massively underperformed this year, and I think that, you know, last game with an exclamation point, the way you're up, the way you were, and then to lose that game 6-5, I think that it was kind of the final straw. I think that broke the camel's back, if you will. And I think this is the first of probably more moves coming. When we get back from the Olympic break.
Joe, just never mind the trade as far as like the actual what we got in return. It got to be a weird environment on the dad's trip to get a player traded. I mean, is Nick staying with the team and then just flying back, or how did they set that up? If you know, of course, or if you can share.
Yeah, you know, Jamie, the only thing I know as of now was. You know, he was out for morning skate. And then, of course, what was kind of crazy is, you know, we get back to the hotel, and it was shortly right before the 2 o'clock Central deadline was when the news was announced. I saw Nick. He came off the ice, you know, right as the Blues were coming off the ice. I even made a comment to him saying, there's Nick, and he had a big smile on his face. And I even said to him, I go, there's never a bad day for Nick Bjugstad. And he laughed, which – I guess looking back was probably not the right thing to say at the time.
Oh, no, Joe.
That happens, Joe.
Later, yeah, my bad. You know, I don't know. I would imagine, Jamie, that he's flying to New Jersey. You know, I looked at the schedule. I believe they play the Islanders at home tomorrow night. I can't see why, you know, Ray Sherrill and the gang wouldn't want to get him on the flight to at least get acclimated with the team tomorrow. You know, so it is a weird situation. I don't know anything official just yet, but that would be my hunch. As we've seen these trades happen, things move quickly. You know, everyone kind of, you know, licks their wounds and feels bad for themselves, and within minutes and an hour, you're on a car and heading to the airport. So if New Jersey wrapped up their season, or excuse me, if they wrapped up their pre-Olympic portion of the schedule tonight, I would imagine that maybe you kind of stay home. But with the game tomorrow night, I don't see why they wouldn't fly him out. Like I said, I could be wrong. It is a weird situation, you know, and I don't think that anyone had this, you know, in their bingo card, and I don't think Doug Armstrong was planning for it this way. You know, the dad's trip, as you know, they try to find at least 2 games on the road. They try to find desirable cities, right, back to back. So this Nashville-Dallas, it happened to be this one. There was a couple other options that maybe they were too early or too late in the year, or maybe they were 3 or 4 games where it just didn't work out. So this was one of those few trips, and it just unfortunately happens right before the Olympic break. So timing-wise, it's not ideal. It's not the first time that something like this has happened on a father's trip. If you go back to the Jay Bouwmeester injury, of course, that pretty much put him out for his career when he had his cardiac episode in Anaheim, that was also a father's trip. So yeah, the tough side is you're here to celebrate time with your dad, for Jay certainly, and for Nick definitely this weekend. And then it turns out some tougher news. I guess the silver lining to all of it, and I remember players talking about the Jay Bouwmeester situation, they were actually really grateful to have their dads on that trip because everyone needed so much support. And I think in that way, you look at Nick, and certainly the tough news here, he did have some family around. So I think the silver lining is that he had some support here with his father. But I think it also, Jamie, the business. You love these dad's trips. You want everyone to get in. You want everyone to play in front of their fathers. You want everyone to have a good time. But that doesn't overshadow the business, right? And I think that at the point now where the Blues have put themselves in, no good time is going to overshadow business at this point. And I think that that's the tone, really, that I think Army set when he made this move on the dad's trip that is simply a team that is underperforming, and we got business to take care of.
Joe, in that game the other night against the Predators, after the fifth goal, the goal by Stamkos, the camera panned to the bench, and you mentioned that they looked kind of shell-shocked, like they didn't know what had hit them. Do you get a sense that this team is in need of this Olympic break? Like they're ready. I know they got one more game tonight, but they're kind of ready to get away from it all and reset to get back to playing better hockey.
Oh, Carey, without a doubt. I mean, everyone. I'm talking to, just kind of small talking with different personnel guys around the team this morning. You see the players, you see the coaches. No one's come out and said it, but everyone needs a breather. Everyone needs to catch their breath. And this isn't just the Blues. This is everybody. I mean, you look at the very best team in the league right now, and the Colorado Avalanche. I mean, they're spiraling right now. They need a break. So everyone needs a break for different reasons. So, yes, everyone is looking forward to a reset. And I think that, big picture, you get away from the rink here a little bit. You reset your mind, you reset your body. A lot can happen in the next few weeks. I mean, a lot can happen, with, Jordan Binnington and all the Olympians. Does Canada take gold? Does Jordan find a new stride? Injuries can happen. I mean, so much can happen here. And then you come back and there's less than 2 weeks before the trade deadline. But, yeah, to answer your question, this is definitely reset mode for this Blues team. Everyone can just really benefit from catching their breath. And we saw this, on a much smaller example last year with the Four Nations. But I think a lot of players were dealing with injuries. I know Pavel Buchnevich personally told me some of the neck injuries he was dealing with last year. That Four Nations gave him a chance to really heal up. Robert Thomas was another one. And, guys, you saw what those two guys did after that Four Nations break. Robert, of course, has been dealing with injuries all year. He finally got a little reset on a minor surgery, I think last week they said. So for him to come back and definitely get away from the rink a little bit is going to be helpful.
Joe Vitale joining us right now on the Fast Lane on 101 at ESPN. Joe, before they go into the break, obviously there's still some games left here. So tonight's matchup against the Stars, you're looking at this game. You're trying to break down the matchup in a vacuum, even though the season's going on, it's not going well. What specifically in this matchup are you kind of intrigued by?
Yeah, Stalter, I asked Jim Montgomery that this morning. I just said, hey, it's been an up and down season. Certainly a tough one to swallow the other night in Nashville. What are you hoping to see out of your group here tonight? So what he said is, I think as a fan of this team and being from the city, I think everyone can relate to it. And Jim said that you just want to see guys playing with pride, and I think that that's kind of the point where they've come in the season, where you want to see guys show up. And the way Jim said this morning is to care about the logo in front of the jersey. There's so much history here. Jamie certainly was a part of that history about what it means to be a St. Louis Blue. And I think to a man, you look at these players this year, and if they look themselves in the mirror, I think there were big spurts of this season. I don't think everyone consistently has backed that up, what it means to be a Blue, right? Just that lunch pail, give it everything you got, hit everything, get to the net, scrap, chirp, whatever it is, right?
being a Blue is like you go down, you don't go down without a fight, right? We've seen that through just generations after generations. And I think that that's something that has slowly kind of leaked away from this group for whatever reason. And so I think that now you look at the point where you're at in the season and you just focus on tonight's game. You know, you're not going to make the playoffs tomorrow. You're not going to make the playoffs over the next 3 weeks. So now tonight it's really just about that. It's how do you show up and you care about that logo and you care about the guy next to you and you go out there and you play with pride. And I think that's the only hope right now.
All right, Joe, we'll let you go. We appreciate you, man. Thank you. We'll talk to you again soon.
Thanks, boys. Have a great week.
You too. All right, that's Joe Vitale here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. When we come back, we'll wrap things up next on 101 ESPN.
It's the last call for football, and all week long, FanDuel is giving you a daily profit boost every single day leading up to the big game. Today's 30% profit boost is on the receiving markets. Receiving yards, over or unders, alt receiving yards, and who has the most receiving yards. And I think the most receiving yards will be Jackson Smith and Jigba. I like what he's able to do. Sam Darnold and him have a great connection. They've been doing outstanding. Maybe you want to take Shaheed at 21.5 over for his yards for the game. And maybe you want to look at Stephon Diggs at 44.5 yards over. Those are a couple of over receiving yards that you can go to. And all you have to do is opt in each day and place an eligible bet to use that day's profit boost. So whether you're locking in the early lines, riding your favorite props, or taking one last swing before the final whistle, FanDuel is giving everyone something extra to cheer for during football's final week. Play your game with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of Super Bowl 60. Must be 21 plus and present in Missouri. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
My friends at Mosby Building Arts, they're proud to support the Winter Olympics this year, and I love the fact that they're doing such a great, giving a great cause to the Olympics. I love that when it comes to Mosby Building Arts, you think about being at home watching the Olympics, or maybe, some people, they do the watch parties centered around the Olympics. Well, how's your space? How's your living room space? How's the kitchen? Is everybody kind of wind up in the same room and you're looking around and you're like, man, we can maximize the space a lot better. If you've had those thoughts before and you want to do something new for 2026, then Mosby Building Arts, they're perfect. Their team of experts, they're fantastic. When you give them a call, and I'll give you that number in a second here, but when you give them a call, you do a free brainstorming session. They'll actually send somebody out and say, hey, this is what we can do for you. And then one of the things I love about Mosby Building Arts is that if you just want a couple of different options, they can give you a couple of different options. Just say, hey, you pick this out. Or if you want a wide array of selections and products, and you just want Mosby to kind of walk you through the process, they can do that. They can do that too. Whatever you're designing, whether it's the family room, maybe it's a media room or a game room or a basement or the kitchen, go with Mosby Building Arts. They're the right remodeling company. They're fantastic, world-class remodeling. You're not going to be disappointed at all. So give them a call. Or you visit callmosby.com, tell them Stalter sent you, and enjoy the Olympics and enjoy the fact that maybe you can upgrade your new space with Mosby Building Arts. miss anything from today's show, like I missed Light the Lamp.
Oh, my God. Come on. What are we doing here?
And a couple of guys can really shoot the puck.
Shoot time! I must confess you scored first.
Well, who was the first person?
Breakaway! Shoot! Score! We got hockey to learn.
Marshall's my fault. I didn't give you a heads up on that. Not at all.
He agreed. He agreed.
I thought because not at all.
He agreed. It's definitely
With
your
how
fault.
much energy you had. I mean, we broke, and you flipped the mics off, and you're like, "Are we not doing Light the Lamp?"
I didn't say it like that.
I thought for
Are we not doing Light the Lamp?
I thought for sure
Nothing wrong
you
with
were
being
ready to go there. All right, who's in the lead? Which one of these?
Anthony, I learned today.
Deacon is in the lead here.
What'd you call me?
You know who's in the lead. It's Jamie.
Well, Carey's been in the lead a lot.
Wow, you knew it was Jamie. That's why you said D-Canoe.
Probably. That's okay. I'm fine with it.
Jamie?
Yeah,
Jamie.
give me that Snuggie.
Really?
Yeah. Carey?
Give me Dalibor Dvorsky. Yeah. It's the do factor.
Well, yeah.
It's do.
Oh.
It's the do factor.
Yeah.
He's due.
Yeah, I think there's a dude factor.
No, whatever.
Yeah, that too.
Whatever, dude.
Guy, you know? Whatever, dude.
I'll go with Pavel Buchnevich.
Booch. He's playing center, you know, Jamie, and been balling.
He is.
You know what I mean? Jordan Kyrou for Anthony Stalter.
What about Nick?
I knew you were. I knew. See, hey.
Jordan Kyrou, please.
I knew he was going to say it.
I picked him last game, and, well,
Damn it, Marsh.
How'd it go?
And we just heard
it didn't
that.
go
And
well.
we just heard that he's a really good guy. Joey said he's never had a bad day, and you picked him. You know what you do to good guys?
Oh
my God!
It's all coming together now.
Marsh!
It is all coming together
There's
now.
blood all over your hands.
Wow.
Carey,
Holy
get the black light.
smokes. Okay. Anyways, if you missed anything from today's show, you can always download the podcast available at 101ESPN.com or via the Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. All the podcasts brought to you by Shaver Door Company.
all I heard right there was that you guys think that I'm the general manager and president of hockey operations for the Blues, and I have that power. I don't.
I think you have a lot of power.
I don't have that power.
You
Anthony.
actually do. And you do. You don't know. You believe you do. Hell, you blessed the damn couch to win.
Several
That's
times.
true.
Several times.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't work when you didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Didn't bless it hard enough.
I don't think you quite know the power you have.
Okay. I did have a vision one time.
You did?
I've had
I did have
those.
a vision.
Yep.
What?
That's a different vision.
Mm-hmm.
That's more of a forecast.
Marsh, why don't we do some 3 stars?
Foreshadows.
We're already doing the 3 stars, huh?
No, we don't have
Oh, he
to.
hates your timing today.
We didn't do
You know what?
we learned.
You know what? Let's figure out what everybody learned today. Jamie, what'd you learn?
I learned don't piss off Marshy.
I was going to say the exact
That's
same
it.
thing.
Don't mess with his
Don't
rundown.
piss his clock off. Don't piss him off.
Oh, man.
I have a little bit of OCD. A little bit of OCD, a little bit of ADHD
Yeah,
at
you know
times.
me.
Yes.
All right.
I can respect that.
Carey, I'm just admitted it.
I
First step.
have no clue. I learned that Nick Bjugstad is going to the Devils, and he's a really good guy, according to Joey.
He's a very good guy.
Very good guy.
Anthony, we left you lots of time for what you learned.
Marsh, what'd you learn?
I learned, you know, the people have been texting in all day, and we've been waiting for it to really come about on some major networks or whatnot. Tough day for Gavin McKenna.
Tougher for the other guy.
I mean, in some
We'll get into it.
states.
Maybe we get into it tomorrow. I know a lot of you were like, "Hey, did you see this story?" And we were like, let's wait until some of the larger networks cover it." And they have.
We don't know the situation. It might not be
Yeah.
his fault.
Well, probably not.
Yeah.
Who knows? It might be. Who knows?
Might be, might not be.
Oh,
Maybe we'll
it
tackle
is on
that.
there in ESPN now.
Some people have that same problem.
There it is. We'll talk about it tomorrow for sure.
Yeah. The one guy who should talk about it is going to be back on Friday.
Where's he going? You got things to do?
I got a meeting.
Do you?
I got a thing.
You got
Anyways.
things.
Okay. What I learned is I got to clean up my act.
No.
I got to clean up my act. It's off clock today.
4 years of that.
Jacked up Marsh.
4 years.
4 years, that's it?
Anthony, you do a fantastic job.
You do a great job.
Guys, thank you.
I don't care what
Now,
Marshall says.
whatever he said, don't pay attention to that guy.
No, you know what else I
You're
learned
really
today?
the only one that doesn't have anything wrong. Like us three, we all.
Wait, no, yeah.
As it pertains to the show.
Oh, even that. Even that. No, you know what I learned today?
Hell, group me in with you. I'm a fine, upstanding citizen.
A texter got after CD.
Yeah.
CD got after the texter, and I want to point this out. Marsh read the text in the break, and the texter said, "Hey man, I was having kind of a rough day. I was ticked off and just kind of attacked you. I apologize."
Yeah,
dude.
And I said I appreciate that. All good, brother. I apologize as well.
There you go.
Did you apologize too, or did you
Yeah.
say thanks?
No, I was exactly. No,
I appreciate some
I
adult. You know,
appreciate
we all
that.
came together.
It's all good, brother. We all
It's
have
always
bad
better when you
days.
do it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
All right. Have a great day, man.
Yeah. That's
maturity.
Showing big time maturity.
Yeah.
Anthony, I'm sorry.
Uh-oh.
Would you like to do 3 stars?
Yes.
All right.
Oh, actually, before that, one more thing real quick.
Slay's 3 stars of the day, presented by Circus
Give me
Sports.
first. Actually,
No
no,
bet
give me
fees
first star.
ever With the world's largest sports book, now at your
You'll see.
fingertips in Illinois
You'll see.
and
Trust me.
Missouri.
I mean, this just threw everything off.
No, you're fine. OCD.
You gotta drop.
Give an honorable
You
mention.
got to
star.
drop. You got to drop the 3rd star now.
All right. Well,
give it
you
to
were
an
gonna
honorable mention.
You know what, Anthony? You were actually going to be the 3rd star today.
Wow, that's perfect. You dropped me.
But you're not anymore.
There you go.
Jamie, third star.
No, I want first star, please.
Oh, damn.
yes,
You
yes.
guys got to trust me, man.
No, I trust. I trust. This is gonna be big.
Okay, our 3rd star of the day is the trombone shorty.
Trombone
shorty. 2nd star of the day was going to be grammar and spelling. I crossed that off and put apologies.
Nice.
That's good. Yes.
Apologies.
And 1st star is Jamie.
No, it's not me. First star goes to Jamie.
Okay, first star.
Who do you
All
want
right,
to give the first
it's
star?
an easy first star. It is Ashley's oldest, Kelly. It's his 16th birthday.
Happy birthday.
So first star goes to Kelly, 16th birthday. Happy birthday, buddy.
Oh, nice job. Happy birthday.
Now you make me.
Marshy didn't want to wish you happy birthday, Kelly.
It's not true, Kelly. Not true. All right, Jamie. Jamie's got a meeting tomorrow. He'll be back on Friday with us here in the Fast Lane.
We think.
Maybe. For Andrew Marsh, for Carey Davis, for Jamie Rivers, I'm Anthony Stalter. Blues pregame next. See you.